I go show you love it. Ká má bára wa lò nínú ìfẹ́ kan.
I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, oh. I go show you love, oh. Ká má bára wa lò nínú ìfẹ́ kan.
No, they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Oh, tó bá ti sanwó fún Ṣẹ́gun nàbí o. Ẹ fẹ́ jókù. Alákọ̀bí. Ṣẹ́gun nàbí. Alákọ̀bí. Sábà mẹ́la. Anybody? Anybody? Any bobo. Anybody? Mo ló ń fọlú, ó gbà mí bó ṣe rí mi láti kíníṣí. Délé mo ló ń fọlú, ẹ jẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀. Délé o.
All right, thank you very much, my people. We're back again. This is the second segment for today. So we're going to have the opportunity to talk and express ourselves over the things that's affecting us back home in Nigeria. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Press on that like button if you're just coming in right now. And God bless you all. So we're going to give you the opportunity for Mr. Alex to speak to us first. Then we'll not take it from there before Black Panther. Black Panther, thank you very much for your understanding. Despite you came through the window, but we understand. So
let me get window now, Abi. Okay.
No. Alex came directly through the door. Yes. See, now we are still finding out how you take win this election. We don't know. So
I'll tell you in the Supreme Court. Let's meet in the court.
Mr. Alex, please speak to us, my brother. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. I stand on existing protocol. Dr. CM, thank you for your standing ovation, or should I say clapping ovation. Thank you, my dear brother. A doctor clapping for me. I'm not a doctor. I'm overgasted, and I'm really humbled at your adventitious display. Thank you, my dear brother. And thank you, everybody, for the jokes and everything. Thank you. For me, I just think that, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. Historically, academically, using political hypotheses, standing on the shoulders of our forefathers, reading from history, you cannot get change without sacrifice. You can't get change without sacrifice. I'm indicting Mr. Peter Obi and the Labour Party hierarchy. It's not just Peter Obi alone, the national chairman, the spokespersons. There's no radicalism. You can't get it. There is no change without lasting sacrifice. Historically, you can check it out. From Nelson Mandela to people like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., even J.F. Kennedy, even Abraham Lincoln, Sankara, Thomas Sankara of former upper voter, present-day Burkina Faso, Patrice Emery Lumumba. You cannot be an exception. You cannot dance the good boy dance. I want to go to Martinonipos. It's not possible. It's not possible. At first, where Mr. Peter Obi for me missed it at first was when he told us he was going to court. From the very beginning, that's 4 a.m. where a criminal was announced as Nigerian president, in spite of the overwhelming votes, in spite of the evidence. You see how the lawyers twisted the whole matter. They discredited all the picture evidence, all the television screen, proof Obi brought, and even Nigerians, party agents, Arrest TV, and other media, stations, social media vloggers. People have evidence from Benin to Kano, from Maiduguri down to the east. Everybody knows Obi won the elections. He should have stood on his feet. He should have rejected that announcement. That was when the whole thing was lost for me. For me, the people cannot just come out. They did it before during the NSAS. We had the protest without leadership. But this is a political struggle. It's a political liberation. It's a different case entirely. There must be a face. A lot of times, these faces lose their lives. A lot of times, they survive it. Mandela survived it. J.J. Rollins survived it. His own was a little bit different, but he survived it. You cannot paint it. When are we going to get it? When? People like us were waiting. You cannot cry more than the bereaved. We are all bereaved right now, but he is the leader of the change that we brought into the camp of these political enemies. It's not only him and his party leaders. They brought this gentleman body language to these wicked men and women. Of course, probably he would have been dead by now. Probably would have been in prison by now. Probably would have been missing by now. Those are some of the things that goes with political liberation. It cannot be overemphasized. When you buy that presidential form, when you buy that governorship form, you must be ready to lay down your life. Greater love has no more than this, for a man to lay down his life for his friends. This is what political leaders do. And if you survive it and you get your mandate, you become hero. And your name will be across the globe. See, your name will be included in textbooks as history. But with the way it is now, I don't know what to say. It's just a shame. It's just a shame. I give it to the Nigerian youths. I give it to them. They came all out. They defied every problems that came their way, from the PVC collection, from the PVC registration, even on election date. Many of them lost a lot of body parts, legs, limbs were missing, hands. So, some of them, their eyes were almost blinded. Some were even killed. They did everything. It was not leadership. With due respect to Mr. Showore, if he was the one that enjoyed this, of course he has his problems, but he has a good side too. If he was the one that enjoyed this rare support from across board, from pensioners down to young people, you saw the 1 million man marches everywhere. If this is what Showore is dying for, this is what Showore will lay down his life to have the kind of support will be hard. But he didn't get it. You think if it was Showore, this country will still be standing? Couple to the jetamenta to that. Nigeria will be burning. Israel and Palestine will be learning. Trust me. Russia and Ukraine will be a playground. Because I know what that man can do in situations like this. I don't want to use Wike because I know Wike is too temperamental. Yes, Wike will do times 10 of what Showore will do. I'm not talking about his character, whether he's corrupt or not. This is not a matter of corruption. This is a matter of somebody who can stand his feet on the ground. There comes a time like that, you stand up and defend your channel and say, you can't do this in my channel. I see you every time you do that. So there comes a time in a man's life, you stand your ground.
Oga Alex, I've got to, sorry for interjecting if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Earlier we were talking about
I was listening to all of you.
Yeah. And you mentioned Showore. We said, I did ask earlier, I said, while, Peter Obi has a gentle, calm persona, and he does not have that ruthlessness. And I think what you are saying right now is that Showore has that ruthlessness. But the problem is, yes, if we had a Showore within the obedient camp, then he would have done the galvanizing. And that was what I was trying to say earlier. While we do not want to change who Mr. Obi is, we need somebody within the camp that would be able to pummel the force the way that a ruthless person, that the general, the militant side of it. Now, my problem is this. When we are bringing Showore into this kind of discourse, I feel it's a disservice to it's like we are going back to our vomit. While I wasn't at the start of this, I never, I didn't, while I looked on Showore favorably at the start of all this, but along the way, I felt his character, what he demonstrated during the course of.
Yes, madam, thank you. I get the point, but you realize I'm just making an explanation. I didn't say him. I said if it is somebody like him. I didn't say he has to be the person.
No.
So
I get what you are saying.
But
I'm also trying to
looking
say is this.
looking at what Nigerians are going through, looking at the sufferings, looking at the insecurity. Go and listen to Showore sometimes. Yes, he has his problem with other things. When in the beginning of this struggle, Nigeria Watch and other people took time to convince some of us before we went into research to think about Mr. Peter Obi. Peter Obi is perfect, but the point is this kind of job do not need a perfectionist. You don't need to be the good boy. You can't. It has never happened.
Okay.
Mandela took in a lot.
So what is wrong with having somebody like Showore in the camp? But Showore, somebody like that wants to be the one that would.
Do you know that during the INEC manipulations, when Dino Melaye stood up, if a Labour Party, if I was there as a Labour Party delegate, personally, I would have joined Dino Melaye, and the story would have been different. That result would have been halted. I would have stood up to do times 3 of what Dino was doing. Our Labour Party people were quiet. These were the step-by-step, stealing of the mandate. Labour Party have this. They only take vibrant people to the screen to Arise TV. But when it's time to do the reading, they keep people who are vibrant on the background. They leave them on social media. What is wrong? Listen. What is wrong in telling Nigeria Watch and other platforms who have been on this struggle for long? Give us one person that you trust, Mr. Nigeria Watch or any other platform. Let us screen them. Let's carry the background check. If you can, bring them into the campaign fold those days. What stopped them from doing that? Must it be somebody whose father is a billionaire or who's from the cabal somewhere? There are people who can do this job, for God's sake. Ronaldo of Brazil at 94 World Cup, he was a nobody. Even if he didn't play one game, he followed them to the World Cup as a 16-year-old. He gathered that experience and he used it as at 1998 and he used it as a 202 to win the World Cup for Brazil. So when you listen, madam, listen. The problem is this: Labour Party, for me, we are too quiet, we are too calm, and we were looking forward to the leadership. I can't blame Nigerians too much. I blame them a little bit, but if they didn't vote, I would have blamed them. But they voted. They defended their vote. They slept at INEC offices. They did all those. They were waiting. Went to the polls and announced at the middle of the night. What was Obi doing? That's political strategies. Who were his advisors? Who were the This is my feed by God's grace. Who were the strategists? Who was the spokesperson?
My own is
so this is my point. To be honest, I love Peter Obi. I've been with him. I've seen him. Mr. TM, I sent you that picture. So I have nothing against him, but this is beyond being a gentleman. This is beyond being a good man.
Mr. Alex, let me add to what you just said. So let me just quickly add something. See, let me tell you, Madam Busy Brain, very simple. Right from the days of John the Baptist till now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence. And
the violence taken by force. You guys have sold it to me. But what I'm saying is this is where we are. So how do we move forward?
Okay, you didn't allow me round up on that.
With the grit, with that temerity, with that ruthlessness.
The only way we can do the only little hope we still have now, if Mr. Peter Obi will stand up and do the needful right now, between now and 24 hours or less than 3 days, because the smoke is still up. People are still disappointed because the way things are, and people are very angry with the judgment. If Peter Obi still has the slightest chance, pick up the microphone, invite everybody, make a press conference, declare that you won the elections. I'm not saying declare you're a president. Say you won the elections and it was stolen. You have evidence to that. We should get to the court and it was obviously manipulated. You give background details of the judges. How corrupted they were. Thank you. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
All protocol observed. I've been listening to everybody from time. I'm so busy. Sorry, I've not been able to being here. I'm so very, very busy. I'm trying to move from one destination to another destination. So what I hear, all protocol observed, I greet everyone, both those in diaspora and those at home, and those of us present here, and those ones on the other side commenting and speaking their heart out. Let me say one thing here. We are all patriots. And what we need to do, we need to understand the difference between a movement and a political party. I saw a lot of people mixing Obi ideal, mixing it up with a revolution. I see it very clearly. But Obi still need to do some very important thing, like what you're saying. You need to bring out. He said he's going to make a speech, a world conference meeting. Yes, that is expected of him. I've been expecting it to be done. And one thing I want to say, I wasn't moved. I was expecting all this. They've made my kind of reasoning, they've made me think, straight now. Because I preempt this in my own mind that this was what they're going to do. I preempt it. So I just can't. I laughed. Because I know, like I said before, I said when this is done, power will now come into the hands of the people that owns the republic. Now, Nigerians are very slow. And I made one observation. The last time I made a speech, I said, Obi has fulfilled his portion of what Nigeria is about to see next. Obi has concluded his own portion. But what we need to know now is the mind, what Obi says about the election. And that will catapult us and now know where the picture goes. Obi has finished it. He has ended it. Now we need to move forward with the speech he made. We need to move with that speech. Because one thing I want us not to say is that Shore is not a politician. Shore is like, he has the mindset of a drastic and holistic change. And when you are trying to bring that kind of a change, you don't look backward, you are radical in that effect. So a man that comes with a revolutionary foresight is radical. But Mr. Obi is not a radical person. Mr. Obi came through, he's a politician, and he's trying to go through it. He has done it, and he has opened and emboldened us now. He has given us all the apparatus, the weapon to move forward now. And now we are aligning together, and we have seen it. The whole world have seen it. The whole Nigeria have seen it. And I want us not to.
I'm sorry, sir. I agree with you a bit, please.
See, before you disagree with me, before you disagree with me,
a little bit.
I know you disagree. Yes, I know.
A little bit. In politics, my brother, in politics, there is not always like this. In history, Mandela had a party. What's it called? ANC. It was a political party. A movement that turned into a party. No. I'm going somewhere.
You missed it. You missed it.
Yes, I know. I will retrace it. Hold on. You hold on. I listen to you.
Before you continue.
You hold on first.
Hold on.
I'm not done. Let me land. Then you cannot correct me. Hold on. My brother, there comes a time in the movement. You've been quiet for more than 8 months. You've been gentle for almost a year plus. Elections, campaign, and everything. There comes a time you stand your ground. Other party or movement, it doesn't count. It doesn't count. That's not it. That's wrong. There is time for everything. You get arrested. I don't know, you might be in that prison. I don't understand. It's part of the struggle. Where was Obasanjo brought from to come and be a president? Is it not from the prison? Although it was a different thing entirely. It's something. I mean, as a leader, I wanted to say this from the beginning. I just felt public opinion. Let's wait for Obi. Let's wait for Obi. Took the form. He did that. Yes, he has done his best, but at a time, he needed to add a little action to it. To be honest with you, Obi gave these wicked men and women more chance because Nigerians waited for him to blow that whistle. He was the only one who could have done it. Yes, Abiola did it. It did not end well, but today we still sing about Abiola. Abiola was one of them. It's a different case entirely. He was corrupted too, with respect to him and his family. He had issues with them. He was sponsoring all the coup d'etat that happened in the 70s and in the 80s. He was one of them. So that's why they dealt with him like that, with the CIA and the rest. So Obi, for me, the only mistake I see here is that he's too quiet, he's too gentle, and the support he enjoyed from Nigerians, hardly, I say, no Nigerian, anybody who is in politics may not be able to enjoy this kind of overwhelming support and love again. That's just my point. Obi could have been more hard a little bit. Thank you.
Alex, I'm just going to.
I go back to my initial question.
I just want.
Can I straighten Alex?
But just give me 1 minute with Brother Alex. Sasa,
can you speak up, Mr. Nasbidi? You are a bit very quiet. You've become CM now.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Can you hear me? So yes. The thing is that in Africa, for example, which African, okay, before that, let me just say this. We keep on saying Mandela and all this. We forget so easily because this is around the area where I know so well and also lived there. We forget so easily that it was more of a racial struggle where the entire black people is fighting for, their rights. There's the majority. There should be a majority rule. So it's not the same, please. As much as we would like to use that comparison, if we go into the details of it, it's totally different. It's an entire struggle.
So a struggle is the struggle, my brother.
So you just agree. You just agree that we are not one. So we should all go our separate ways.
We are not one. That's the truth.
Excuse me, can I come in? I know that is why I said I came in because of CBD and Mr. Show.
Black Panther, just a second.
No, wait. I won't give you that second. I came into this place. I made a substantial fact.
I'm not going to talk more. Just a second, please. Okay. Sir. I beg you, in the name of God. See, the truth is that if you remember during Jonathan, when Jonathan lost the election, can you remember Orubebe went to INEC office and met Atahero Jega? You know how he set that place on fire? By refusing that they are not going to accept the election? Have you forgotten that? It's a question I'm asking you. So there are times to act. That's what I'm trying to say. There are times for you to rise up and tell your opponent, this is not acceptable. You won the election. Make your intention known. If you keep quiet, it is assumed that you didn't win.
My brother, you're not fighting your opponent. In this case, it's not about you and your opponent. It's you and the person that makes the rules. You see, it's a different thing for you to defeat someone that you're playing on the same level playing field with than when you're contesting with someone that actually makes the rules. Look at what they've done so far. You go to court, tribunal, they will tell them what to do. Supreme Court, they tell them what to do. So what do you think? Let's not be deluded, please. And in the entire African continent or all over the world, where have you seen a civilian political opposition that changed the system? Because
body language is very important. Body language is very important. Even if you're talking, your body language you also speak.
Body language of what? You can't change anything. The only change you can see is when there's an entire takeover, and we know the only way to do that. Even
Obasanjo. Can I interject you guys?
Mr. Nisbidi, I think
you are making me change trajectory now.
Can I just interject, please? You see, a leader, if Ishowore was that leader, he would have been able to garner the kind of influence and love that Obi had. Leadership does not mean you have to have that force, that ruthlessness. But I get it, why you people say that it needs a little bit of that. But if it is lacking in the leader, what I think the system lost or the system did not have was somebody with, you see, while I feel the vice president, Baba Ahmed, has a bit of that ruthlessness, which would have balanced it, but he was quiet through it all. I don't understand why he was quiet. I think right now, he is the one that should be doing that brutal kind of, coming out to be that brutal.
After he said that comment that if there's 22 ruble democracy is the Northern Cabal according to order. Allegedly.
Can I interject, please? Let me speak to you.
20 seconds, please. 20 seconds.
The Northern Cabal according to order, that should show you what you're dealing with. You're not on the same level. You're dealing with people that actually make the rules of that game. So you have to do something totally different entirely.
Can I say something here so that you can all understand?
My brother, you are a northerner.
Nasbidi, are you a northerner?
Can I say something here so that everybody will fall in line and we don't do things up? I've been saying this to you. People are just dumbling things. At the end of this, after 3 months, you people will come to where I am speaking from.
Oga Alex, the way you normally put your submission,
what I'm trying to say.
What are you saying? What do you mean we are?
What I'm trying to say is that we are missing.
You make it sound insulting.
Oh, sorry. Not insulting. I'm trying to say that this trajectory I'm saying, we need to understudy this. Mr. Ale made mention of ANC. I am telling you the fact how things are done. If we muddle things up, we will miss it. One, there is difference between a political party and a movement. Obedience is a movement. It's not a political party. It's radical in nature. Then a Labour Party is a political party. Now, Obi have said it when he was making statement. He said, I don't have control over obedience because it is a movement. It's radical. One, ANC wasn't a political party. ANC was a movement. It was like a black movement, like Black Panther movement. They were there to defend the black race of Africa in South Africa against apartheid. It was a movement form. But at the long run, they not transform because they have the movement and they have the crowd. They not transform into a political party. That is where it is. Now, we have to separate two things. Obi cannot, there's a purpose why Obi came. And that purpose has been fulfilled. Nigerians have seen it. The picture is glaring. We have seen where our problem is. It is now time for us to demarcate which one we want to go. Because many Nigerians don't know before. They don't know where they are going to. They don't know what they want. Now, Obi came to open our eyes to know what we want. We want to change radically the atmosphere of Nigeria, not even the political space. We want to change the trajectory. We want to change the mechanism of Nigeria. That is what we are after. And that change must create must create the man that will come in to lead. Now, Shore, why I'm angry Shore is that Shore did not have a think tank that would have thought, because he had an opportunity in obedient movement, which was radical like him. But he did not, the thinkers, his advisor did not think to submerge his own movement with the obedient movement so that the radicalism can make a big force that will propel Obi himself. If Obi could move, they will move after Obi and get this stuff done. That is what I'm saying. Now, Madam P was saying something that Obi cannot be like Shore. You cannot bring Shore into it now, but you can make a preface and just skim it in. But don't paint Shore and paint it with Obi. Obi is a different person from Shore. They are two different people. Shore is a movement. It's not Shore is not a political. It's not a politician. If you know him very well, he's not a politician. He's a radical personality. He does not go. He does not want to go through the protocol.
Can I ask you a question, my brother? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question,
yes,
sir?
Yes.
What about, do you know that Labour Party or the Obedient Movement, everything together, all of us were on the same page from the very beginning.
Yes, we are still on the same page.
Yes, a lot of people are backslided, and you know that.
Yes.
For me, the Labour Party hierarchy, I think some of them sold out at some point in different states.
You're right.
I will tell you why.
You're right. I support that point.
Nothing stops you from recruiting talent from this online millions of talents, billions of talent who were busy every day presenting, analyzing, people who are ready to lay down their lives in the campaign group across board. People like you, people like me, Aisha Yusuf, thank God they called that one. But there are a lot of people that could have done this job better, that would have gone as delegates in that collection center where Mahmoud was there. I will be in that hall standing as a delegate. That is done to be finished. I can't allow it. Standing on my right, peacefully, I will not allow it. I will not allow it. There are millions of me and you all over the social media space, Twitter space. Why not reach out to them and bring? No. PDP
Alex,
had them.
You are right.
Listen, PDP had it in Dino Melaye. APC had it in other people. Look at how the lawyers were coming in, how they were interjecting, how they were defending their nonsense.
Alex, you are right.
Lukewarm.
I want to inculcate ICBD into this thing now. ICBD came. I said I came after ICBD, not in a negative way, but in a positive way. ICBD has a good point. Now, Alex, you see this thing we are talking about, we should be very tactical in it. Everybody, look, political party is different from a movement. Obi was saying it clearly. Look, what you have now, you see, said one thing, you cannot fight with these people with a cold hand. Let the political people do their own. They do it, we are supporting, we are pushing. Now, it is now left for us, the obedient movement, with other radical group, because we know in this movement there will be people that will fall by the wayside. Don't be amazed or don't be flabbergasted.
It could have been easier it could have been easier if we join forces with the movement and the party at the height of the whole thing. Then
no, you cannot make a political party go into the movement, because they can easily label them as. And they can even label their act as a treasonable act. So that is why they cannot come in. But why didn't they label Dino Melaye as a treasonable act when it was chatting at Mahmoud? Is part of the system, of their system, their corruption. Dino is part of their corruption. Dino has a lot of secret about them. That's why they cannot push him. Dino is a boy to Atiku. That's why they cannot hold him. They hold him. Atiku will open everything.
So who said I cannot be a boy to Peter Obi?
See, Peter Obi does not conform with them. That's why Peter Obi
listen. Let me tell you something. If you look at the Liberian cabal, let me use that word, if I'm permitted to use that word. The nature of Peter Obi, if you look at it critically, is robbing up of all the people in Labour Party. Look at the chairman, Abure. He's also on the calm side.
Very nice gentleman, but very quiet.
Side. So when you look at the whole city, if you look at the lawyers, the team of
even the House of Rep members now and senators, they're all quiet people.
They're all calm people.
How are you going to bring change?
Exactly. That's what you are talking about. They are all calm from the other.
Alex, hold on, please. Hold on. Let me respond to this.
They leverage on their calmness and they went ahead.
Can you hear me, please? Can I just respond to something, please?
Okay, ma. Sorry, ma.
Yeah. Oga Alex said that how can you make change with their personality? Don't you see the change already that Peter Obi has made with his silent, calm, strong personality? Can you not see he has renewed a lot of people's mindset? And with the way he's conducted himself in terms of due process, through that course of due process, he has exposed a lot of these people. Can you not see? So the change that you want, the radicalism that you want, it might not be in his persona, but it can be within the movement. You mentioned Dino Melaye. Dino Melaye is not Atiku. Why are we saying Atiku did not embodify all that, what we are trying to, that radicalism? No, but he has people under him who have that radicalism, and that is what I think is lacking in Labour.
Madam, yes, I recognize the change, but you are speaking like this because you are not buying fuel for 1,000 naira a liter.
No,
that's not
don't
what we want.
say that.
Listen, madam, listen.
Don't say that. Don't say that. No.
Yes, madam, I understand the change, but Nigeria want more. Right now, we don't have time.
Yeah,
people are dying.
So did you not know that is how Peter Obi was when you pitched your tent with him?
I didn't pitch my tent. I didn't pitch my tent with him. He came with his message, and I bought into it.
And you bought it. So you knew that is.
You should have.
Why are we?
I didn't know you'd be quiet.
Brother, why are we saying this thing like Sowore never had his chance? You see, the thing is that even before the obedient movement, we knew Sowore of is it 2019 or so? So the thing is that
2019.
Yes. So the thing is that Sowore can't do anything. He can't do anything. In fact, if it comes to worse, they will just put him in a dungeon somewhere. They did that. They restricted him to Abuja for many years. So is there something new that Sowore wants to come and do? We are saying it as if Sowore never had the chance to explode and do whatever he wanted to do. He's still the leader of his party. Is it ADC or what is the name of that party? So he's still a political figure. He's still pushing. But I'm telling you that you cannot. In fact, Peter Obi, he has done a lot, and he has actually succeeded in doing so much because at least how many member of rep, that his party has produced, and how many I think 2 governors or 1, I'm not sure. So that's actually progress. He has actually done something.
Exactly. And where has Sowore's radicalism that he has been in?
Through the civilian channel.
How did he change? Did he put anybody in government? Did he put anybody in House of Reps? In council? Or which ward? I might not know, but I might be educated. While I don't want to, Peter.
Madam, the change will be brought. The House of Rep people, the House of Rep people will be brought. What are they doing now? It's in the face of everything.
I'm just saying the strength of what Peter. Oga Alex, just be rational. Be rational.
I understand you, but the House of Rep member, what are they doing now? They are quiet and collecting bribes. They become satanic too.
But at the end of the day, at least he was able to put somebody there.
Peter Obi is too quiet. Let's call it spade a spade. He should speak up and let people come out. Finish.
Yes,
that's the argument. They stole his mandate. Come out and say it out.
Obasanjo was asked something some months ago, and he was asked that will he ever
exactly my sister Rita said, make we put Sowore for one corner. I think we are giving him the relevance. It's like we are lusting after spilled milk. It's like we are now thinking, oh, Sowore would have done it.
Let's correct Mr. Peter Obi to speak up. Finish. That's all we are saying. We are not saying bad.
Forget about Sowore, to be honest, because Sowore had his chance. He had all the youths. People shouted. Where did it end? In a jail, DSS, and all that.
But that doesn't mean we should not tell Obi to speak up. His mandate was stolen. He should speak up. That's
but just get my point.
Because Sowore ended up in a jail, that means what he did was not just.
No, we are not saying it's not just. You people are saying that is the only thing that can work, and it's clear that he has tried that. He has done that. So my point is this: Obasanjo was asked some time ago, recently this year, that will he ever accept? Will he ever suggest something like a military takeover for Nigeria? Will he take that for Nigeria to be better? Obasanjo said no, that nobody wants that because and all that. But at the end, what did he say? He said if that is the only way, then that there's nothing he can do about it. So what does that mean? For you to bring the kind of change that you people are looking for, to be honest with you, it cannot come from this system. The entire system, the system up to the Supreme Court is what Peter Obi and Atiku has followed, and it still didn't work. So if Sowore is coming, is he coming in as a military, or what is he coming to do? Because if it's the same route, it will not even go anywhere.
Brother, let's leave Sowore aside now. It's a distraction. What about Obi speaking up, telling us about his own side of the story, and telling people how he won the elections? That's it.
I think I've made this what Alex said now. I've made that point before, because what I'm saying is that I said Mandela said the freedom is his life or something like that. Peter Obi speaking, because the judgment was delivered was it yesterday, and then 24 hours later or 48 hours later, the world will be looking at him. Didn't he hear what they said at the judgment? What does he think about it? So that is opportunity for him, because in this can have to come out blazing. You say, first of all, you won the election, it was stolen from you. All these things, and then you descend, you tell them exactly why Tinubu should not be president, and everything happening. By the time you say this, you say that in fact, I say, even if it's me, I say, well, as far as I know, the mandate of the Nigerian people have been stolen. But whether the Nigerian people will leave their mandate and not protest about it is for them to decide. By the time you say this type of thing, there's a way you put it. People will know that, yes, you want them out. And you tell them that it's their mandate. They're adults. They know what they want. They exercised their mandate, and clearly they won. They didn't vote for a drug baron. They didn't vote for somebody who false certificate has been proven. Why the Lord justices left all these things and decide to dismiss all these things is beyond you. As far as you know, this mandate was clearly stolen from you. Look at the man who is retiring from the Supreme Court bench, what he said about the rottenness of the judiciary, and why deliberately the quota for Southeast and South and North Central was not filled. Why? 3 of each. He said why? Because he made it known to them and they didn't. So there are a lot of allegations you can just bring up that will stir people up. You know what they want. Tinubu should not be there. Even if, let's say, Peter Obi, everything happened. The fact that you're a forger is okay for disqualify you. It's not tenable anywhere. It has been proven that you forge your certificate, then you go. If you apply for a job anywhere, even if you do the job for 1 million years, the moment they discover the day that you are leaving, Tinubu should get out. He didn't win. He forged his certificate. So it's a very wrong narration, a very wrong commentary on Nigeria that you are even pampering him. Peter Obi won the thing. All this they are doing hanky-panky was just to make sure that they put in Tinubu there. So Peter has a case. I mean, his case is very clear, and that is what the people and that is what the people are waiting for. This thing is his life. At this point, you don't talk of whether you are arrested or not. Arrest for what? You say it and stand by it. That's what people are waiting for.
Mr. Sir, you are correct. There are some food is better eating while it's still very hot. There are some iron is better being heated when it's still very hot. So this kind of thing is not good to be allowed for the whole thing to look cold. Look at Kenneth Okonkwo has already granted interview, has already said he has accepted the Supreme Court verdict as a democratic person. So is Peter Obi going to say anything otherwise? Because of course Kenneth Okonkwo is in his camp.
Let me just say this. Let me quickly just say this. Mr. Sia, give me like a minute, please. Everything you guys have been saying, I wholeheartedly support the submission of Alex. I mean, we can have disagreement, but the thing is, whether you like it or not, take a look back at history. No country in the world, whether you live in the UK, the US, any country at all, the top countries in the world that have become what they are today, no countries in the world have become what they are without going through some sort of radical change. If we think that we are going to have a change through this means of ice water and cold water, of not talking and waiting for God and Jesus to come and help us, we are plainly mistaken. I don't know if anybody here has read a book written by Sir Halinsky. It's called Rules for Radical. I would like to take you back.
Maybe we lost him.
It's like we lost you.
We lost him. We lost him.
Can you hear me?
Sorry. Can I
can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Okay. It's basically, if you look at Sir Halinsky's book, it said Rule for Radical. It said tactics that, number 7 said the tactics that drag for too long basically doesn't work. You have to change your tactics and try something else. We tried this, let's follow the law tactics. It's not working. This is becoming an insanity. And we think this is going to give us what we want. You know, Go back to history and read about any country that have become what they are. The United States, and the United Kingdom, France, and many of these countries. Nothing has worked for them without somebody coming on with a radical change. Don't think what Obi is doing right now is going to lead us anywhere. It's not going to. Yes, I salute his courage. I salute his kind character. But this idea of being a good boy is not going to give us what we want.
Agbado man, when Agbado man say, grab it, snatch it, and run with it, is that one democracy?
Let me even say something. Let me say something. Let me say this now. Jake Coyden said something in his write-up. He said this guy forged his certificate. Let me see how the court in his country will decide. There was a way he said it in it. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yes, I remember.
What
Yeah, I think I saw it. Yes.
So now, what do you think Jake Coyden will make of Supreme Court?
Of
What
course,
do you think?
First of all, he will feel disappointed, and then it will tell him the state of judiciary that he cannot.
He will laugh.
He will laugh and then feel that the system is corrupt in Nigeria. That is what he will say. Because you know this.
No. Let me say something contrary to that. You see, Jay Coyden understand. See, all these white people you see, they look at your history and they put forward an issue which they have an answer, but they want you to prove it to them the other way around. They know that the Nigerian people, they have factors that will tie them down or will make them retreat. The factors are: one, tribe; two, corruption. Those two factors is one factor that the Europeans have found a way to drop it down drastically. And we are swimming in it, dining in it. He knew that we will be oppressed. Because one thing a government in Africa does is that make the people not to have availability of water, food, and divide them with tribe and religion. I'll go and check all the African countries that I'm saying now. This is what they use. All the politicians in Africa, this is what they use. So if we understand that the man knows that we'll get to this level, but the next step we're about to, if people will remember, they said in India, it was the diaspora that changed the trajectory, the economic movement and economic dimension of India to what it is today. One, we have to do something, because some of us, we have been saying some issues before, that we have to do something that would drastically motivate. Then what we need to do is we have to plan with some radicals that are out there, that have come out to reject this. Obedient have to come out. Obedient, we have to re-strategize, because we are the radicals part of the whole movement. So we have to re-strategize, because Obi has done his part. What we are waiting for, I tell people, we are waiting for Obi to give us his last speech. Like what the other man said, Obi spokesperson, what do you expect him to say? He's a lawyer, one, and he's a politician. He will say what it is to say, because the Supreme Court, he is under the Supreme Court. He wouldn't want his license to be taken from him. He will say the Supreme Court has spoken. He's saying the right thing. They have spoken, and this is final. But we will not take that. But we want the confirmation from the man that we push forward, that is Obi, to give us that World Conference. That will change the dimension which we will now take and move forward and continue to. Because Nadeko was not, there are no more than 10 that started it, that brought about military regime to go. So we in the diaspora, with some top men in the diaspora, we can mingle with them and start a radical one outside that will come in and change the trajectory. That is what we should be thinking about, because you cannot get power, like one of our brothers just said, you cannot get power by going the Obi way. It is not possible. If you check all the countries around the world, you have to do something that will make some might not see the promised land. But those that will see the promised land, we forever lift the name and write the name of those that didn't see the promised land in gold, and it must be immortalized. That is the role we will all play, because we should have this in mind that many will not see the promised land, but we should know that those that didn't see the promised land, their names should be written in gold, and they should be recognized every year in the struggle, what brought about their downfall and how we moved. So that is what we should be planning. We shouldn't blame anybody now, because we have entered into the second phase, and this phase belongs to us. It does not belong to Labour Party. They've done what they've supposed to do as a political party. We have used them as a political party to change direction, but we know some of them are blockhead and they want to sell their soul to mammon. We that have not sold our soul to mammon, we have to sit down and radically change it, because we have the tools to use and the knowledge. Those of us that are not the corrupt, we should sit down and write the template on how we are going to go about it, and we are going to change it, because these people are civilian, they are not military people. We can change it. So that is what we should be thinking about, so that we cohort people, or people of like mind, people that cannot take anything but have this ideal in there that this, we have stepped into the second phase, we must change it. But one thing we should know, Obi must give us his last speech that we need, so that will give us the direction which way we go.
I saw a news earlier saying that he's going to speak to the people, but he himself is also he's a human being, so he has to go through his own. He has to go through his own thought pattern and then get his own things right and then come out. But I'm going to drop at this point. But one thing is, I don't want anybody to be discouraged. We won this election. We are winning. We are still winning. We are winning. We are winning. Obi won. We won. We won. We won. FBI file. Please go and get your popcorn. And if you drink soda, get soda. If you drink non-alcoholic wine, get it. I'll go and get my Welch in Walmart. I think I have 2 bottles of Welch at home already. I'll get popcorn. I'm waiting for Monday. As early as maybe 6 a.m., I'll just put all of those on my table. For my wife asked me, I say, I they wait for FBI file of Tunumbu for them to release 500 pages every month. Mr. F. Emmanuel, I know we have to get that. So.
Can I send you 3310?
No, I know what I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol now. So me and you will go jam, we will drink Welsh and then eat Peter popcorn. So Nigerians, get your popcorn ready, because the movie is about to begin.
Let's take for example the current Labour Party House of Rep, or even those we have in the Senate right now. Are these the kind of people that we want to stand for us, to represent what we actually want to see being done in Nigeria as obedient movement? So we have to understand that our movement here, or whoever is representing us here, they are pretty much weak. So these are the guys that have been in the Senate and the House of Rep for how many months now? I've never seen them one time stood up for what the obedient movement actually represents. They are there sharing money and sharing $160 million SUV. And we expect that this is going to give us the change. I don't think
brother, so. Our rep and Senate are fraud. For me, all the obedient, all of them, without apology. It was a scam for me. Apart from Obi and the Labour Party leaders, the rep and Senate people is just so far is just a fraud. It's the new political 419.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
Be warned.
And
next time when they come thinking to you with different slogans, with different parties, just be careful. It's just discouraging.
Yeah, we should continue like this. We should continue without any form of radical change.
Is it already enough for us to say it's all a scam because of just that one?
Okay, can I expatiate?
How many of them stood up on the floor of the Senate and said Adado forged his certificate? How many of them?
Okay, one. Thank you. Can I expatiate too? Is in all these cases, Obi's trajectory now, Obi's movement and everything, how many of them have called a press conference? How many of them have even done anything close to what APC and PDP reps and Senate are doing? Always making speeches about their principals, welfare and everything. They've all been quiet. They've been quiet. They only released statement when everybody was crying about the $160,000 Jeep recently. And they did it in unison. No one person wants to stand out. No one person is burning with any idea in his vein. Nobody is inspired by any book at all. Who are these people? Are they really educated? Have they read books? How did they jump into that bandwagon? How did they even, where is the man and the other woman that Okada driver and the rest of them? Where are they?
And
So
we have to understand that Labour Party is not obedient.
okay,
Because
let me also remind you, my brother. Let me also remind you.
Party before obedient.
So now, when you were campaigning for vote, why didn't you remind us that it's not Labour Party you are standing for? It's not obedient. Why did you give us this differentiation?
I'm saying that.
No, that I'm saying when they were campaigning, they mixed it together. Now they won elections, they are not the same again. You see the fraud.
No, you're not getting my point. I'm saying that we should not hold them to the same
No, they went into that chamber with the same obedience and the Labour Party, my brother.
These people took advantage of obedience movement.
So we should keep quiet for that. We should keep quiet for that.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't keep quiet, of course. But it's important for us to understand that these people are not obedient because you made the.
We will not differentiate it now. We did it before. We will not do it now.
We just call them obedient.
We will not. We will. Okay. But the obedient moved them there, right?
No, obedient did not move. You said that they took advantage or they rode on that wave of obedient.
Okay, we dragged them with obedient and Labour Party. We dragged them with the two rope until their tenure is over, until they get record. It's just a bunch of liars, bunch of failures, bunch of corrupt people. Till now,
Alex, let me tell you one thing, Alex. The difference between politicians in America and politicians in Nigeria is just one thing. The politicians in America want to fulfill that which they have promised the people. And they believe that the power belongs to the people. Now, you have one thing that they have in common is that they lie a lot. True, the politicians in Nigeria, they are politicians. They believe in enslaving the people. The people has no power over them. But when it comes to fulfilling the draconian constitution, they bring the people, God, that is normal. You have to show it to the world that the people bring it. But they bring the people in just to fulfill all righteousness. And when they take power, they continue with their corruption and other devices which they use in oppressing the people. Those are but the one thing in common they have, they lie. They know how to lie very well.
So tomorrow now, how are you going to tell somebody to go and get their PVC to vote for one party who somebody is just coming with some ideas? How are you going to tell the young man in the street playing football on a Saturday election morning to go and vote? How are you going to stand before the Nigerians to tell them about one change is coming somewhere next? We are just joking. There need to be a sweeping of this so-called country leadership, either by red oil or by barrel of the gun. That's just the facts. And I know God, people of like minds will come together and do the needful soon. It's just a shame. The people we even out of 40 people, you cannot have 3 people to form a group among themselves, either in Senate or Rep, to shake the foundation of this country. People have done it before. Okadibo did it, for God's sake. People have done it before. It's not rocket science. In American politics, people do it. Ghana politics, people do it. What are we talking about? South African politics, Malema is shaking South Africa. Malema is shaking the world for blacks in South Africa. Who do we have in reps? Not even one Senate, not even one rep member. Not even one is talking. Not even one you can carry your phone and record and the video will go viral. That we are not happy with the economy of this nation. This is not why I was elected. I came into this allo chamber because the people supported me, and I will never betray them. If possible, I would never assent to this bill. They will never say something like this. They are quiet. They have this graveyard silence among them, collaborating with APC, and very soon you start seeing them decamping. You see it. It's politics. Please, guys.
Niger Watch, please, there are 2 people asking for the link. I'm not sure if you're still posting link for new people to join, but there are 2 gentlemen who've been typing non-stop asking for the link. So if you're listening and still willing to accept people, there are people willing to join.
Alex,
I can hear you, my brother.
I know everything that you are saying. Everybody understands everything you are saying. But I still stand, that is why we need to know how these things work. I will start like this. When you pass through a road a road to social destination, no matter how that destination might be crooked, then you want to clean that same road so that when other people are passing through, it will not be as crooked as it is. See, the time which Nigeria have sat down for over 60 years without a constitution, and they allow one certain part of the country, which is not part of the country, just one certain tribe, that is the Fulani clans, to control your military and control other forces that empower them to do their tradition, and now co-opt some part of the South into this maneuvering. It is not going to be 1 year issue. It's not going to be 2 year issue. We have to be focused. We don't have to be too, we can be emotional, but we have to know what we are doing. Because some people will say, oh, me, I don't want this thing to happen, because of this. So, see, if you are pursuing a cause and you have an ideal that you are standing on, that is what made South Africa what it is today. We know there are times where the two things are different, but they were fighting for the political freedom and also fighting for the emancipation of their own people from slavery. Now, we are fighting for political freedom so that we can take the economic part of the country and make ourselves prosperous and all of us be equal before God. Now, how do we go about it? Those are the things that is why I said Mr. Peter Obi is going to conclude his own portion of what we are doing. The political portion is going to conclude it. Now, the second part of the story is that how are we going to move and make it work according to how our passion is going? That is what we should be thinking about. And one thing we should know, we shouldn't be thinking about race, whether it's going to affect your own tribe or my tribe. We shouldn't be thinking about that. If we want to be successful in this, we shouldn't think about that. We should think about the country. And as a patriot, it's the freedom of everybody. That's why we come from different tribes. And if that does not work, and they still bring tribes, some of us still bring tribe and saying, oh, this, that, then the country should be splitted into two. That is my suggestion. And everybody go his own way, develop, or we have a confederation. We develop ourselves at our own pace. And if need be, we want to get something else, we should get it. That is why, in my first submission during the election, I said, democracy might not be for Africa. We have to start up our own system because there's a lot of loophole in democracy that every black man in Africa is taking advantage of. That is why I supported the military junta in those African countries that want to set a new trajectory in Africa. They discovered it before us, and now we have to go alongside. It might not be the military, but we have to set up our own system that will work for us in our own way. But it's not going to be easy. We should rest assured that it's not going to be a year or 2 years. We need international support and we need other things so that we can move it and get it. That is how it goes, and that is how it moves, because most countries does it. Every country needs international support that will fight this out so that we can get it done. We have to arrange ourselves. We have to think. We don't have to throw fault at anybody, but we have to think, how do we go and move and actualize this? Thank you.
Obviously, the country has been kidnapped. The country has been captured. The country, in fact, it has always been kidnapped. It has always been captured. It has always been a business center for some few men and some international bodies. There's no country. It's a fraud. So as you said, my brother, I just want to add a little bit to it and allow other people to talk. For me, I've always wanted to give the democracy a chance, which will be as the last try. But for now, they should divide the damn country. There's no country. Any set of people feel that they are marginalized, they can go now. They are free to go. Everybody can go. Biafra or Dudua Republic, Asian Benin Kingdom. For me, that's my opinion. For me, anybody can have their opinion. So everybody can go now. You can't just be going one by one. Print your flag, print your money, and do your thing because the country is not working.
Alex, you know what is shocking me? Well, the shock I'm having, you know, I said it since yesterday, is that somebody in Asuro, we know how
Augustia,
this. Oh, sorry,
project.
somebody in Asuro as president, with all this scandal and all this very stinky past. Can Nigerians just keep quiet and tolerate that? We don't know what FBI will release now, and it's not something going to be palatable. It's going to be one dirty, criminal, you know,
Is
stuff.
that not why they rush the judgment? Is that why they rush the judgment?
Exactly. So that the thing will not be, but it's still not enough. Then IRS will release their own. Then what is that? I think I said the FBI. Then you have
See why? Let me ask you a question so that you can continue. Let me ask you a question so that you can continue. Now, information that is coming to us now through the FBI and another government parastatals in America is going to land in our doorstep. How do we use? The question is, how do we use those information to galvanize a cloud that will move forward and do what we need to start? That is the question I want to ask you. So that we continue to, we have to think ahead of time.
Yes. The thing is, obviously, the majority of Nigerian society, they are not that lettered in terms of the masses to pick it up. But the moment it starts, it will gather momentum. Because the thing will be leaked that Tinubu is even wanted by CIA of America for doing this, FBI, all these things. That's what you'll be hearing. So that scandal alone is for him to just get out. It's a shame on Nigerians now. Already now we are feeling the pain, the pinch or the impact. Because they now look, I know I said it before that this by Tinubu being there, it has been confirmed now that Nigeria is a nation of certificate forgers, scammers, narco trade, and very corrupt people. So so there are certain things you can't escape. Let them release it first. In fact, only that I'm not in. I don't know why they didn't compel them to even release it before. The moment they end, well, maybe because they felt that originally it should be November 2. They now bring it back and finish all this. They won't escape it.
No, America does not want to play a role that will erupt something, because they have been noted to play a role that will erupt uprising in so many countries. So they are taking their step gradually. But they remember what they said. He said the country might not last long. Remember, just go and write it somewhere. They've seen it.
Who said
America
that?
said it. America said it. That the country is bound to collapse and divide. That's Nigeria, yes.
Of course, they've been saying it for a very long time.
Let us go and write it down. They don't want to be part and parcel of it that will make that eruption come up. That is why they are coming in gradually. Let the people do it themselves and not be motivated by us. But they want to give us information that we will use as a weapon to move forward and galvanize ourselves properly.
So which means if they had released it, let's say 2 weeks ago or thereabout, or this thing, they feel that by now Nigeria should have been in flames, something like that.
Yes, something like yes.
The people will rise up, and then in which case they will say America decided to instigate, or
that
maybe
is what they will use. That is what
you have
they
a
will
lot
use.
of hope in Nigerians. You think Nigerians will say something, and I want to have the optimism about Nigerians that they would hear the worst about Tinubu and they would do anything. People will just be like, okay, he did that. It was a long time ago.
Sure.
No, sure. Remember that
the inflation.
Let me tell you something.
The inflation.
There is struggle, Mr. C, and wait. Sure, you are talking in terms of the West. That is all you're talking now. There is armed struggle, armed delivery in the North. There is armed delivery struggle in the West, in the East. There is arms in your South. So those are the things that they are looking at. They are not looking at the West. Talking. If that we thought, they are looking at those things, those seaside that you think that you have security. There can be a lot of armed delivery there. It's a wide open zone where piracy will flourish, and there will be delivery of arms through that channel. Your military don't have control over that place. But you are looking at it as, oh, it is the West. Nigeria will say, it is not the population you see in the West that will do the thing. The people that want to divide, they have every paper to start it up if the thing are delivering to them. That is what we should be looking at. We should be looking at, the Southwest Nigeria will be top. Is it that 20 million, 25 million, 30 million in the West that will do it? It's no longer that way because so many of them have become, but the people you have, that they have resources and arms in their own backyard that are fighting, and a lot of them are down now. There might be an uprising that will challenge the status quo. And when it challenges, how strong is your military? How strong is the Nigerian military that can withstand it? Look at Hamas now. Hamas is doing something that has not been done before. They are using the media now to make it calm down so that they can recuperate again. These are the ways. You think all those arms struggling in the East they are not learning? They've learned a lot. What about the Boko Haram in the South that the Northern elite are using? You think this one cannot bring uprising? These are the things that the Western world and the Americans are looking at. They're not looking at the people they are shouting democracy. They're not looking at them. You think they cannot deliver it to these people? You think they can? What happened in Libya? They delivered to the Libyan people and they became an uprising. It's very simple.
And anyway, the thing is that in our own case, it's quite peculiar or unique. The inflation in Nigeria today is enough to trigger anything. I'm telling you. Do you know? Let's even say, in fact, the only thing that would have made the Nigerians to something like, even if this inflation is like this, say if Obi is there, they will have hope that this man, because of his management style, maybe a couple of months, the thing will be coming down. But the fact that Agbado is there and the dollar is, spiraling out of control, Nigeria, everything, and then look at the petrol now, like I said, up to 700 naira a liter, and then you can't even see some places 800, maybe on weekend if you see. So this will make the people to say, look, with what America released and with all that we know, even if you don't, people will say, at least because of the cost of living. What of labor? Is it because labor shaved their former, what is it called, the strike they wanted to embark on? But the inflation will wipe out whatever gain you are promised. Imagine Agbado saying they will increase that, they will put 35,000 on the salaries of maybe everybody. 35,000 with all this petrol, the price in petrol. No, that one a small thing. So they can't escape it. The time has come. The only way, that's why in my previous, I used to say, Peter Obi is Nigeria's last chance. Although Ayo Adebanjo said it. Because even if, because of the type of person he is, if he's there, I know he's not going to perform miracle within 6 months. But that hope, and they feel that the man is clean. So the issue of this oil theft, because we will say oil theft will stop and all these things, and he's not willing to go and borrow money recklessly like they are doing to share. This even SUV, Obi will oppose it. He won't do that. You will see how stubborn he is. He may say they want to buy car. He say, let's buy from Innocent. Let's buy from other Nord. People manufacturing car in Nigeria. He will tell you, me as the president, I will be using made in Nigeria car. So he will refuse the first confrontation maybe with the legislators. He will tell them, yes, he will.
See, what you are talking now is just economics. What is in our hand now is more than it. Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you now, everybody, let me tell you everybody now. If anything erupt now, there is no country that will sell arms to Nigeria military, or this government. You see here, so there's no country that will sell arms to them. We want this paper to be released, and we want inflation to get skyrocket and blow the roof. That is what I'm expecting, and I want it. Because it takes some kind of thing to change the mindset of some people that are so immersed, submerged in corruption, and people that are so submerged that even having a peanut of their kind, that tribalism, nepotism, and whatever they've been used, religion, whatever they've been used to hold many of them down. I want that to come up, so that when it comes up, there is a lot of evidence. Like some of us are saying here, oh, is it that Nigeria? We are always saying it. We are not looking at the other side. When South held Nigerian government down, Was it not Nigerian government that went to beg? Who went to beg? Is it not Buhari that went to beg? Obasanjo you know tire? Didn't they hold it down? Didn't our exchange, didn't our money that was coming to the country, was it not down? Was it not begging? They went to beg and start giving an amnesty to beg them. Is it not so? That is what we are saying. There is a section of the country that can hold the unity of this country down, and we don't need, you see, they don't need the West. They don't need the other all common Nigerians. There are some people that can hold this country down. Nigeria, as it is now, our military is overwhelmed. And when your military is overwhelmed, when an eruption comes in, you can only do back, bo. Those people that have planned, and you that's the military that knew that is suffering in your suffering the skyrocket inflation, suffering poverty, no light, you cannot feed your family. You will see that the military will divide and fall apart, and you see them supporting the people that want this country to change. That is the trajectory. And I pray they don't force it, because the way the politicians are forcing it, I am praying that the inflation should blow the roof. I am praying that they should continue borrowing so that we end up like Greece, end up like Venezuela, and you will see what will happen. Those of us that are saying, oh, is it not the Nigeria? Who is talking about Nigerians that are in West, that are still enjoying small light and small food? Go to the north, go to the east, go to the south and see so far they confront people there. If you travel from Warri to Port Harcourt, passing through East West Road, we still have people with thatched roof on the road begging. They are South Satana. We have people that are leprosy. They are on the road. If you have not passed, me, I've passed there. I've seen it. My Kokoroko. I've come down to ask them questions. They are more than 100,000. They are on the road there, on the road in this road. They are begging for arm. We buy them bananas. We come down. We buy them bushmeat. We buy them several things. If you have not passed, that's what I say. If you have not passed there and you have not been to the north, you are still working with computer. You will not know this thing that is happening. You will not know the suffering. You think the suffering is in the West? The West are enjoying now.
It's not even the West. You say Lagos. You know, Lagos
the north is totally down.
You know, Lagos covers a lot of things, and it's the delusion.
The East is surviving because they can maneuver, and they have felt it before.
It's true.
It is not something surprising to them. They have done it before. They are in it before. They are immune to that system. They know how to maneuver it. What if it finally comes down to the West? Well, how would they survive it? That is what we should be thinking. Not now people now be president now. Oh, I think it go hear us. Now lie you. If it happen, all of us we go get sense. So we got to plan now. On how we in diaspora, we liaise with people that are on top in diaspora, so that we can have an audience and we can speak. Everybody will be in line together to speak concerning this issue, so that we can have people bringing ideas. The idea might not be here, but people are thinkers. We have thinkers in the diaspora that can think, that are involved in the former movement where the military was in there. They will think and give us their own experience and tell us how we can democratically and otherwise do it. That is what we are thinking, because Nigeria is now, it is already grounded. We are just waiting for it to be officially announced. All of us here, that day Supreme Court released that judgment, we were officially confirmed as in exile, self-exile. Because if you go now, the way it is, you can go to Nigeria now and sneak in and come out. It will come to a time you cannot sneak in and come out. There's a man that called or something. He said when his friend, two of them went, they didn't come back. That is the way it is now. And we don't know how it's going to be when inflation blow the roof and everything blow the roof. That is what we should be thinking. You think like don't go there. We are in self-exile. If you don't know, get it now. Get it very well. All this with the top, blah, 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 with the top strategy. We have to come together as the Indian did it. We should go and ask Indian, if you have Indian friends, if you have any, go and ask them question how they did and how they came together. You buffer your own experience and bring it in so that we in diaspora can come down together and talk and talk and talk and brainstorm ideas. We come together and we have a communique that we can release so that we can move forward. Not everybody, they go different way, they talk. How you go do this one? Nigeria, we are blaming the Nigerians. You are blaming them.
My brother, the problem with this coming together, the challenge that we are facing is not everybody. Okay,
we will not face the challenge when inflation blow the roof. We will not face that challenge again.
Especially with some of our brothers and sisters from the southwest, because of this Emiloko, our locals, whatever. Some of them, I won't say all of them, but some of them now feel like they are not even in the same, we are not talking the same thing anymore. So when we are saying come together, who and who are going to come together? That's just what I'm trying to understand, because that's the reality. That's the reality, because even me recently, not too long ago, I was busy exchanging words with someone that I've been friends with from childhood. And that's my friend. And he's the number one Agbado supporter. So what?
Yes, you are right. You are right. At this stage, you might have that. We are entering, I told you, we are entering the second phase. When inflation blows, go and look at Greece and Venezuela. No, but everybody, they join hands together, do something together now. They join hands. When it comes to that level, nobody will have a point to bring to the round table or have some such a to say, I'm deviating from that. No, it will get together that the thing will mold us together. What we are asking for, we should have two plans. It's either we take that GEJ constitution and bring it to the round table, or we all go separate way. We should have a concrete plan to hold as I communicate. Because I want it to be so bad that it will be officially announced that Nigeria has gone down. But we should have our communicate, our point at hand. This is the time for us to bring that GEJ stuff to round table, because they want a soft landing. These people, they are there now, they are doing rubbish now. They will be begging which way we go. So we should have a way to go to bring to the round table. Even if we are meeting international bodies that want to talk with us, we should have a way that we have done before. We have sat down before, but they are refusing us. That's why Nigeria is in a dilapidated state. That is why Nigeria is down. We should have a point. That is what I've been singing. We have not had a point to hold, so that we can come and talk, so that we can plan with that point. Because when Nadeko was in, Nadeko had points, agenda to speak, to bring forth. But we don't have now. I still say we have to hold that constitutional conference matter we spend billions of naira on. And two, if they don't want that, if you force that in their throat, they refuse it, then we have to go our separate way, or you have a confederation.
It's true.
We should study and know these things.
No, the thing is, Nigeria can never be the same again. To be honest with you, if this thing fails, if we start the way it is, Nigeria will just disintegrate. They will see it. And the beauty of it going now is that, like Yenko Dumake, the late Yenko Dumake observed when he was telling Buhari, it wasn't the unity of the country that stopped Biafra. That they could muster now. Easily, Nigeria will just disintegrate, because people will just be tired of coming together to come and do what again. So this is Nigeria's last chance, I believe so. With all this revelation that will come out, I believe something must really happen. First of all, what will trigger people most is this suffering. The inflation is too much. It's unbearable.
Let it go overblown. That is what we are waiting for.
That is so. Even if you feel that you are PDP, the inflation will make you to come out. Even APC self, the inflation will make you to say, look, this is unbearable. This government must be pulled down. They should go. And if they resist, man, that will trigger off a lot of things. So something is really in the offing.
CM,
the funniest part,
you know that if Nigeria borrow to a level and they are using their oil for exchange, we will get to a stage that we will no longer be in charge of the resources we have in Nigeria.
See, oil. Let me tell you.
Yes,
Let me tell.
we will no
Let, let,
longer, in 10 years'
let,
time, we might
let
not
me
be in
tell
charge
you.
of resources.
Let me tell you. The time when Nigeria they take oil, you do shakara. That one don't pass. Stay. Venezuela get more oil than Nigeria. Where is Venezuela today? Do you know?
Thank you, God. Thank you for making that pronouncement. Yes.
Let me tell you one thing. Do you know what shocked me? You know, before when we were thinking say no, Igbo, Uganda in Africa, then they assemble electric buses for just like an intercity bus from Benin to Abuja. Electric. They said if you charge them, it go carry you for how many? Almost 24 hours before you go. In Uganda, so they don't even need crude oil. Public transport, electric buses, intercity.
Have you been to Kenya, Nairobi?
Ca-
You won't
So
even
so
believe.
so
You won't
so
even believe that that's an African city.
listen. So that's why when people are still making noise of Shagari tell the world we will fight the world with our oil in those days, people go there. They don't look in people don't look towards Nigerians again. I mean Nigeria because of crude oil. They are
They
divesting
never
from
know
oil.
anything. That
No,
crude oil
look,
go become foreigner own very soon. The eye go
it's
need.
that say you Venezuela then and to buy bread you cross into Brazil through the border.
Venezuela crude oil now belong to the foreigners.
So because
It's
of okay,
useless.
all this one where then they even they borrow from China. Do you know the agreement they sign? China go just seize
Oh,
oil field to take do what in. So invariably it's out of our hands, sort of. So all these things I don't really see it. I'm just
make
talking
them
in
they
terms
talk
of
say Nigeria no
if
go do
let's
anything.
say
I go see
that
something.
oil is in demand. When Uganda, a poor African country, is talking of not be electric car, electric buses that will be carrying people from one city to the other. Say you the thing they can the battery whatever can be on until sunset. In sunset is 2 days. When you charge it fully, you can be using it until. Can you imagine? Look at Rwanda, I mean Uganda. So when they are doing all these things, by the time they enter electric, they are not coming back to oil. It just be improvement. That is the thing now. That is just like mobile phone. Mobile phone started with a camera, just a call. Later they start putting a radio. Before you know it, camera. Now different grades of camera. Now you can internet. So many. So it continues to improve. So Nigeria is in a big problem. These are why because we don't have industrial base. That's why we are
They
anytime
tell
dollar,
you CM.
anytime dollar.
Nigeria cannot buy anything now without not putting oil down. That is the only thing they have to
As
talk.
collateral,
They will
as
put their
collateral.
oil as collateral. I am standing my ground now, ready to be challenged by anybody. Look, let me even extend it. In 20 years' time, if we sit down to look at this continuously, your oil will be useless. You know how it's going to be useless? You will be collecting peanuts from the foreigner because they will be in charge of the oil. You will be collecting peanuts, not up to 20% to run your economy. You will still that will be forcing your economy to go out there to borrow. So that is what it is. You will continue to borrow until your oil now belong to who? To the external people. Now in Kenya, one of their seaports belongs to China. They are using because of the money that they got, the loan they got from China, and China they couldn't pay. They have to give them to run it so that they can get their money for, I think it's almost 30 years. So we are in a jam lock, and we have to think. We don't have to look. All these tribal things will be useless. Tribal and religion, it will be useless that time because hungry man no tribe, he no church. Now to feed him belly, Jesus Christ showed it to us. When people were hungry, they only told Jesus, I want food, we want food, we're hungry. What did Jesus do? Jesus had to provide food for them before they can even listen to him. So now, we that are in diaspora, so I go to some network, they'll be saying, they'll be talking something, let us look at this, let us look. They are not even strategizing to look at something that they will hold to come to a round table to talk. so that we can have a country. They are talking about how nice these politicians are. Your politicians in the old trajectory now, it is useless. It is left for us to have a diagram, a picture on how point that we can hold to come to a round table to brainstorm within the diaspora. I said it here. Everybody that has the Chinese friends, the whatever friend India, especially from India, we should go and ask them how they did it so that we can come together. There's so many Nigerians that have a reservoir of point things they can share with us that we can use to come to a table, because we are waiting. Look, many of them they know they are waiting. They want Nigeria to come, because we say that if Agbado come, we will know there's nothing wrong with borrowing. We are going to borrow to an extent. I pray make it reach that extent, because that we are going to use as a leverage. We will hold them down. They will be saying which way. Abemona tell us which way. We will say let's bring that GJ Constitutional Conference. We don't want to have any on that Constitutional Conference. The one we did by ourselves, when we sit down, we spend billion. Bring that.
It's true. Oh yeah, it's like.
I mean, I think his connection is gone. Apart from the fact that our oil field might be taken over, oil is going to become useless.
Exactly.
Not totally, but I mean, UK. See, I mean, you live in the UK. I think it was in 2010 or so, when the Prime Minister announced at the time that by 2030, diesel cars, there will be no brand new diesel cars sold in the UK. I think they've moved it to 2035 now. So in the UK, they're proposing that by 2035, there will be no sale of brand new petrol or diesel car. They're trying to do electric, and the rest of the
God
world,
bless you. You not see
the rest of the Western world will follow. It's only a matter of time. So this petrol, and the shame is the other oil producing countries, the Kuwait and all the Saudis, they've diversified. If crude oil becomes obsolete today, they won't miss it. They've invested their money. They've diversified. We are still acting like we just discovered crude oil, and that's the problem. And also to go back to the point I made when I said Nigerians are not ready. What I meant is what Black Panther fleshed out. I didn't flesh it out when I said Nigerians were not ready or Nigerians won't do anything. I was saying that I just stopped short of saying that the suffering, and as painful as it sounds, and I'm not insensitive, but I don't think the suffering has touched people to the point where they will revolt. Because if people are waiting for Peter Obi or any name, replace Peter Obi with any name. If you're waiting for one person to tell you that, are you not feeling the pinch? It means you're not feeling it. Peter Obi is a billionaire. If Nigeria goes up in flame, Peter Obi has more to lose. He's a billionaire. So the people themselves, when they stop being APC, PDP, LP, Northerner, Southerner, Christian, Muslim, and they become suffering Nigerians, and they fight in one voice and fight their common enemies, they will get a true freedom. But as long as somebody is saying I'm from the north, so people cannot, there will be people in the southwest now. In fact, they exist who are saying, because Tinubu now is the president, the northerners are complaining. We will never start any other riot in the southwest. Go and start it in the north. Go and start it in the east. When that stops and people stop saying east, west, north, and they fight as one Nigeria, people who have common problems. Because the truth of the matter is, an average Nigerian in Kano has a lot more in common with an average Nigerian in Enugu and Ibadan than they realize. But the politicians will take your attention off it, and they will be showing you, look at this one is from the north. Look at this one is a Christian. When people forget that, and they even forget Peter Obi himself completely, and they say, you know what, Peter Obi, you're a multi-billionaire, you're fine. We don't expect you to call for a riot. We don't expect you to call for a protest because it would affect your own business. We will fight for what belongs to us.
Sorry for interrupting. I just want to bring Niger Watch's attention. Oga Chris and some people want the link if it is still okay.
Me too have asked to, I think Alaba especially has been asking for the last, they've been asking for the link.
Exactly. Niger Watch, Abi don't sleep. May you supply link, please.
If you don't sleep, it's 1 o'clock.
Make him supply link. You see, the thing is, my fear, to be honest with you, why I'm particularly saying that Nigerians can't keep quiet, that Nigerians have never seen this type of suffering ever in that country. We've not. How can you be buying petrol about 600 naira, 700? Alex told us 8 in some places. How do you explain that? And petrol, I mean, can you imagine? Not to talk of there's no job, and then we are now talking of what is it called? Salary not being. No, now people must come out. People
So
must.
I saw a video. I saw a video today. I think it happened yesterday in a particular market in Ibadan. I think it's Ojo Market in Ibadan. The Association of Fish Sellers, fishmongers, they were having a protest. What was their issue? They said that people have stopped buying fish because they can no longer afford to buy fish. So the consumers are they are doing without fish because they can't afford it. But the fish sellers have no alternative. That's their only job. So they
Exactly.
can make money. They cannot feed. So that's why they're protesting. So
Exactly.
one of them spoke to the guy who interviewed them and said, "Okay, give us an example. Paint a picture of what's happening." The lady said they were buying a box of mackerel only a few months ago for 30,000 naira. She said that same box is now 80,000 naira. That
Hi.
how can they shift the cost onto the consumers who have stopped buying? From 30,000 naira to 80,000 naira. You talk to these people and they will start telling you all sort of nonsense English. You know, they are defenders, the typical ones on YouTube. Oh,
Forget
you
about
don't
it.
understand inflation. You don't understand economics. You don't understand FX. I don't need to understand. What I need to understand is how did the box of mackerel fish go from 30,000 to 80,000 in the space of few months?
Exactly.
How would the people feed? How would the people sell? Nobody's buying fish anymore.
Do you know? Do you know? Because of they said they increased their school fees. Some students said they can't be able to go back to university. I think there's an increase in tuition fee in Nigeria. Yes,
Yes, there
they said
is.
they
Oh, they
said they.
said their student loan, that nonsense student loan, they said they will kick off in January. I mean, except they have changed the modalities or the qualification criteria. Those criteria, nobody's going to meet those criteria. The people that will meet the criteria would not need the loan. That's the funny thing. If you know
Exactly.
a judge as your family friend, you don't need the loan. If you know a lawyer of 10 years, if you've never taken a loan and defaulted, it means you're from an affluent family because there's no middle class in Nigeria anymore. It's upper class and lower class or zero class. So if you meet all those criteria, it means you don't even need the loan. The people that actually need the loan would never ever meet those criteria, sorry.
To be honest with
So,
you, I do not see how Nigerians can sit back. You know that thing that happened at Ojo Market, but that one is
mm,
small. Other market go see and say, look, if we no talk now, this because the thing is that the inflation is so okay, and in the although some people may not understand, maybe if you tell them that, can you believe these things are this expensive, and the senators are buying car for 160 million. Not everybody go know that one, but the fact that they can't be able to afford the food stuff, that is enough. People go say, no, this one done too much. Can we just keep quiet? You can't now. You can't. I'm only using petrol and food. I know other things are just equally out of the reach of the poor people now. It's so okay. Where is electricity? Nigerians
for
are
where?
still buying. Nigerians are still buying that petrol. Where they go put for car? Now they go use to start generator. Now where now? Where even the fuel? Not that it is 600 or 700, but you have to queue again for it. Eh? You have to
Look,
queue.
even this fear thing, like what Mr. Show said, California is doing the same thing. 2035, no more
Imagine.
gasoline driven vehicle in California anymore. It's going to be all electric.
This our
Yeah.
petrol we'll be drinking it last. So we using it to drink Gary ourselves. Because
Even the if in fact, to be honest with you, do you know that that is when the world will say, they will say, so all these years Nigeria has been selling crude oil since the 50s or 60s.
what did you do with the money?
So exact that is now you are coming to my point. That is what
But
people may
you remember we had a president who said our problem is how to spend the money. Didn't go on and
and
say the
and
problem we have is how to spend the money.
I go on. So
The
all those
reckless
things,
people.
and look at Dubai. They invested in every high tech technology, high tech IT in Dubai. They invested. Do you know that Dubai as a government, they have shares in BMW, they have share in Volkswagen, so many German companies, they invested their money there. That is yielding something for them. But Nigeria just feel that because we have oil, everybody, even the oil is even stolen. Assuming we are even, let's say, assuming we are even accounting for the money very well. You see, that's why Peter Obi not coming in pains me because I know of a man that will tell you we are not borrowing anything. If we stop oil theft, the money from this oil theft, we put it in infrastructure. If we reform the wharf, the money that comes from the wharf, digitalize it, collect all the payments, we invest it in infrastructure, in education, in healthcare. This is what you're hearing Peter be saying all the time. If you are talking of this, this is where we invest it. By the time we do it, this issue of power, we will address it. We make sure that if South Africa with 54,000 megawatts are sort of declaring an emergency, he said that we declare war. Not that they don't have, but they want to keep, reserve. Nigeria hasn't got it. You see, our leader, they don't even think of. Do you know that if a leader should come in and be thinking of security, power, electricity, and education, you virtually covered whatever Nigeria needs. The private people can take it up. Security, you invest on it. You invest in education, health, and infrastructure. People will tell you, what is it? Or are you waiting for? Even if you say you are charging school fees, then go say okay, because the infrastructure is well developed, education very well funded. Even if it's not free, but let it be quality for money. Then identify power. Electricity is in Nigeria. Ah, God. Some people will tell you, say, since I finished, then me, I be barber. I they barb more than 10, 15 people a day. It's okay for me. They make money. That is what you tell you. He has light. This one will say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But all these things, they don't even talk about it. And you are talking about buying car, 160 million for one person because the road is bad. That's what they are
Oh,
telling you.
I think that guy just came to annoy people. He was just very insensitive, very stupid, naive. I mean, the first thing he said he didn't want to go personal because he owns cars that cost more than that.
Imagine.
That's the first thing he said. He said, I don't want to get personal. He said, but I have cars that cost more than that. We don't
Sorry,
care.
who said that? Who was the one that said that?
Oh, that's Senator Karimi. That's
Oh,
Senator Karimi.
yeah. I thought it's another fool that said it.
No, that was the first thing he said. He said, he doesn't want to get personal with Sheun, but he can tell Sheun that he has cars that cost. So basically, was saying, don't think you're doing me a favor by buying me a car that's 160. I have better cars. So if you have a car that costs more than 160 million, why do you need ours?
Then can you not say government?
How are they getting to work since June? Since June, how have they been getting to work? Because these cars have not been delivered. How are they getting to work? Or are they not going to? Are they not going to the office right now?
He said, you know what he thought? He said, why is he always on the legislature? Executive minister, not be how many SUV then they drive.
It's not the first one that said it. In fact, the spokesman for the last assembly said the same thing. He said, oh, why are they always targeting the the National Assembly? In fact, this one that spoke yesterday or 2 days ago, he said even if you go to state out of assembly, we know the sort of cars that they drive. So it's basically similar to what Tinubu said. Oh, look at Article 2, he's a forger. These ones are saying, look at those ones too. They are, they are wasting your resources. Why just us? So we're all wasting it. Don't focus on us.
Let me tell and say, does it mean somebody is doing something bad?
Yeah.
Is that your justification to follow do bad? Why not?
These guys, see, they are so out of touch. There's a particular lawmaker, you're from Oyo State. I can't remember, from Oyo State, the lawmaker, is a honorable, House of Rep member. He's been re-elected, but the last time they were there, 2019, when they gave him their cars at the time, he even tweeted it that the car they give him, or that they were going to give him, he actually told them that I was going to add money to it so he could add a few things, more options to the car. So basically saying, whatever you guys are buying for us, it's not up to scratch. I'm going to add more money, maybe 10 million or whatever million, for them to add a few things, maybe the choice of leather seat, maybe you need some lighting in there. That's the sort of people we're dealing with. Your official car, you are trying to, jazz it up and do all of that. They are very, very, very out of touch. They don't care about it. And somebody will come and tell you about, an average Nigerian is using a Samsung phone. That's why our economy is poor. Yes, I agree that we should buy local, but let the government officials set example.
Sorry to interject.
No problem.
I don't want to say that they are out of touch. If we say they are out of touch, it means we are trying to give that persona that they are from a pedigree of wealth. They are from a place where they cannot relate. These people came from abject poverty, so they know.
Exactly.
They know how it is. It is just that sheer greed and the fact that they want to be better than somebody. So as far as you know, no reach my level, they are comfortable like that. They don't care. They want to leave you far behind so that it for their own ego to be elevated. These people are just I there's no word for them.
Madam Busy Bee.
Oga CM,
Madam
somebody
Busy
say
Bee.
make you increase your volume, make your
Okay.
project.
Madam Busy Bee, let me boost stress your point. You see,
We can't hear you too, Black Panther. What is going on?
Can you hear me now?
You are far away, like say you chop, you stuff apple for your mouth.
Jesus Christ. Jesus,
Can you hear me
Jesus
now?
Christ. Yes, I
Okay.
can.
Madam Busy Brain, you just said something now, that interests me. Yes. You see, you know what is happening, It's because we are making governance attractive to every individual. In the new dispensation, governance will be looked as a service to be described in the constitution, service to your motherland. And all this lucrative thing, buying cars today, to stop. You can buy your own car. We will use loan. We will be paying it with loan. Government will grant you loan, give you access to loan to buy any car. You pay back. You pay back. They'll be taking it from your salary you earn, and their salary will be cut down, but you still have credit. We will base it on credit. Credit economy. Let everybody work hard to do and to contribute to the development of the country. That will make it easy, but you will work hard to develop the economy because you are working to meet up with the credit facility, the structures brought in by different structures. You will be contributing, thereby you even have access to loan because you are contributing. Paying your tax, we have to revalue all the taxation system. That is what they don't want. We are going to look. If you are you know why they did that thing? They built house to all the legislators so that all this furniture changing will stop. But they scrap it and they sold those houses. They told a lie that it is very easy for government to come and give them money. No, that would have saved us a lot of money. But they conjure the people. So many people buy it because they pay them to speak. You see what they do? They pay people to talk that trajectory. If you build houses for legislators and there are chairs there, if you don't want the chairs, bring in your own chairs. Let us make it a law. Bring in your own chairs. The chairs will be changed after so year. Maybe after every 10 years, we'll change it. If you don't want the chair, bring your own. That is what they do in advanced country. If you don't want that table in White House, bring your own. That is how it's supposed to be. That should be inscribed in the law. We should not make it lucrative because, like what PO said, he said, if you don't have enterprises and you jump into governance, you will make governance your enterprise. That is what it is because it is very attractive. You don't make governance attractive. It is only in Africa they make governance attractive.
I remember in my local government when Peter Obi was addressing one industrialist. He sat the man down. They were just in a gathering. He said, "You are Winko. You've been doing Winko foam, mattresses, all these things." He said, "Even when I was in secondary school, I used to use your foam, Winko foam. Up till today, you are not a billionaire because you have to pay salary. But somebody who left for Abuja 4 years ago, we said the eyes have it, the nail have it. It's not a billionaire." He said, "That is what I'm going to Abuja to change." This is what we know the way Peter, he said, "I'm going to change that. Wealth without enterprise is going to stop." Because I don't see why public officers should be a billionaire. I don't see. Even to count money in millions is absurd. But that is why when they get in there, they use all manner of this thing to be it a career. Ekweremade entered since 2020, 2003. Up to, if not because he's in prison in UK, he should have been talking in Abuja now under PDP or one thing or the other. I think he wanted to be governor of Enugu State. So a lot of things. That's why. That's why Nigeria. When I look at all these things, you see, but this inflation is the deal breaker. I can bet my life on it. This inflation is the deal breaker because it's affecting everybody. So the people must come out by force. This is no longer a case
Exactly.
of
And those are sorry,
yeah.
Oga, sorry for Oga Elvis. And those that are supposed to be in the forefront, those middle class that right now they are managing to maintain life, it is them that it is really squeezing into the
Yes.
poverty bracket.
Yes.
And they are the ones right now that have the wherewithal to go out and protest, to let their voice be heard, because they have data. Food is not really their problem right now. It is to oil their businesses and all that. So they can afford data, they can afford to mobilize, they can afford to do a lot of things to push the cause forward. But they are staying in their own comfort because today they can still buy fuel. Tomorrow they can still drive that car. But next tomorrow, it is not guaranteed. So it is like you said. I strongly agree, and I think I've even made that submission a while back. They are the ones that have the capacity to be able to push this narrative of ours,
It's
but
true.
they are sitting down on their backside.
It's true because this one, I'm telling you, I've never seen inflation. Do you know that I'm not in Nigeria, but I feel it. How can you be buying petrol that is going out of fashion? The world don't even talk about petrol. Yet in Nigeria, we are still looking for it as if we are looking for gold. And upon that, you won't see it as very expensive. You know, the moment a keke napep driver buys a petrol expensive, the transport fare will change. Whether you like it or not, it will change. Okada will change the trans. Say no petrol. See, we are buying 800 naira a liter. From here, before it used to be 300. He said, Ghana 700. There's no petrol. See, since morning. And that is what we didn't plan. So there's no way people, even the transporters will like it because of the cost of living, and I don't know how they are going to do it. The provocation I'm trying to make people understand is that in the midst of all these things, they are buying Jeep. What a shame! They are buying Jeep, expensive Jeep, and from abroad for that matter. Yet Tinubu is applying for loan to go and borrow 3 point something billion dollars, and you are buying G. According to Professor Sam Aluko, he said Nigeria, we don't behave like detonation. That's what he said under Apache. He said we not even behave like a country that is owing. He said when we want to pay Oyibo, he said we are owing the white people, and we want to pay them. We take our briefcase, run to Paris. They put us in a high hotel. We pay. He said no. We will invite them here and put them in high hotel and be collecting small money from them. That is how to do it. You reschedule. They will go back. Then you call them again. They say next month they are coming. When they come, you put them in a very expensive hotel. They will pay. You see, Nigeria, I don't know why we're not getting, when we have to allow things to degenerate to this level. But then there is a reason for it. Either Nigeria stays together after the protest, because definitely the people will rise up. This system can't continue. Bad road everywhere. Electricity has been forgotten. If you are going to hospital, now just to go and buy because there's no treatment. Nobody
And
cares.
Oga Elvis, one thing again that people are forgetting is that this Agbado man has systematically flooded the market, made the youth dependent on his white substance.
Mhm.
All those things conspire to weaken the resolve of the youth. And it's not just the youth, even those that are a bit advanced in age but still have their strength. And that is one of the reasons why people have been a bit redundant in pushing this narrative, because the drug scourge in Nigeria right now is out.
It's true. And that's what I'm hearing. They said the thing,
It's
and
it's
they wonder where they're getting money. Anyway, it's adulterated. That's why it's causing the rating. How many of them can afford it? It's true. It's terrible. I don't know why. Nigeria can't continue
The
like this.
military, the forces, all those police people that we see, the military, they have been, because this man is all about control. And that is one of the things to control people. Remember when Karl Marx said religion is the opium of the masses. So you can see the power of opium. Opium controls, opium numbs you, opium makes you have no mind of your own. And that is what religion is. So they are attacking us with religion, attacking us with opium, attacking us with everything. So it is quite systematic. Quite systematic. He has done his groundwork. Not only has he been attacking the general populace with that white thing, he's now targeting those in authority with his brown envelope.
Madam Busy Brain, thank God I remembered this. If you don't mind, I want to have your number. One time I will call you. There's something we discuss off
Okay.
air, particularly
Okay.
about Nigeria better. It's quite say I want to make it because I want to get some information from you as somebody from the. Though I stayed in the north, but not
No
just for
problem.
just for your service. I want to get something.
No
So
problem. I'll put it in the chat.
okay, I will take it now so that I will. Let me hold it. Nigeria is trading a dangerous path. To be honest
Ah,
with you, I didn't know
can you
inflation.
see it?
We get to. Yes, I've seen it.
It's
Let me put it. I will. Okay, yeah, I've taken it. Yeah, 4467. Let me
my
start.
connection was playing up.
Not to worry. Maybe depends on. I will find time. We will talk. So I didn't know that Nigeria, our inflation, to be honest, we get to this level, and they are not doing anything about it.
I honestly think that this is not the end. I strongly believe that there is something piping. Somebody put something in the group, and I mean in the comment section, that was a while back. And I guess he's in Nigeria. He was saying that things are happening, that there are things going on that we will see, that it's not the over. I don't know why I got distracted. I wanted to call to find out if he can give more information, but I got distracted. I know that things will happen. I don't want to believe that people are just sitting down. It's
It's
all
true.
about people are strategizing. There are things going on.
It's
There are
true.
things going on. And you see what Nigerians are looking for. They're looking for a leader, somebody that will give them directives and direction,
It's
you
true.
know. And I agree with what everybody is saying that Oga Mr. Peter Obi needs to come out and be very, very clear and assertive and show that
Exactly.
character of strength, a
The
strong statement to
the
be
word
put out there.
the
And
word is
that would
as
rally the people, keep people going. I went on to Twitter and I saw people putting comments about I hang my cap here. Um, this is the end of the road. I'm like, the end of the
no
road
way.
to where? How
Yeah.
can you move on?
Or road from where? Road from where to where?
From where to
From where
where?
to where? No, mind them. No, the thing is that, like you said, the word is assertive. P2B has to come and say it. Because you cannot just, I mean, do you know, in fact, how, when they are talking of forgery, there is no way you prove something is forged except from the source. Chicago said they didn't issue the certificate. It's forged. Then,
Totally.
then according to who organized it, because then PDP was saying they require you to present either primary school or secondary school. If you like, you put university. Now he said Tinubu did not provide primary school to INEC. He did not provide a secondary school. The only one he provided was university, and that is forged. And
And
if you
listen,
if you remove it, it means he hasn't provided anything. So that
anything.
is
And listen to this. Not only did he say he lie he went to secondary school, the secondary school he went to graduated their first people, their first students 9 years after he claimed he graduated. And the judiciary, the Supreme Court are telling us what?
Exactly. Exactly. So it's true.
So
It's true.
anybody that will come and be saying they are reading law, it's not an honorable profession anymore.
Yes, so it is not. Do you
It's
know?
not
Do you
one.
know?
I
Do you know?
said one
Do you
thing,
know?
Madam Busy
Do,
Brain.
do you know
I
why?
Sorry?
said if you want to tell your child to read any course, it is better your child in Nigeria, I'm talking to every Nigerian, it's better your child be a teacher than to be a liar.
It's true.
Law has been bastardized in Nigeria. There's no legal structure anymore because as corruption has eaten the top ladder of the judicial system, it will trickle down and down, and because there's no way you can climb without not being corrupt in the judicial system. So the judicial
Do you know?
system is gone.
This
And that
do you,
is
do
it.
you, do you know? Do you know? What is it called? This law. What surprised me about this law? No, no, not really surprised. Remember Dero Farotimi? Dero
That's
Farotimi
why he
said,
left you. That's why
eh,
he's left.
he said, look, he said, when every day you wear your this thing sweating, you know you are standing before a crook. You call him my lord. In fact, he said, he said, you know that guy when he talks, if not that he's educated, if you just stand and look at it, you think he's one type of person that is not even didn't even get to close to any institution of learning because he's he's so bitter about. He
Very
said
bitter. He
he said
carries his.
he said that at a time I thought to myself, said you are waking up every morning to dress. You go and stand before you somebody you know you're convinced he's a crook,
And
and
you
you bow
say,
down and call him my lord.
my Lord,
When you know
imagine.
he's a crook, he said, how can you be doing that? He said, that's why I said no. I wouldn't practice this. I
And you
won't do
can
it
see,
anymore.
and these
I
are the
won't do
kind
it.
of breed. These are the breed. These are the strong breed, as a so-called poet says.
Yes.
These are the strong breed that we need to build a nation. People that are that the thought of anything evil, you can feel it. When he's talking, you can sense how he hates it, he abhors it. Nobody's saying he's perfect, though, but rule to get to the kind of nation that we need to
Exactly.
stay in the path of rule and order, law and order, respect of
It's true.
law, respect of,
It's true.
you know. But everything has been bastardized. This man that has come, how
It's
can we
true.
move on? How? For anybody that is doffing their cap to say, oh, the end of the road where? That is why I agree with you. Yeah, Peter Obi needs to come out and speak quickly before people drop their batons.
It's true, yes. No, that's why I mean, ordinarily, I mean, as a politician, by the time Supreme Court gives, you have to address your this thing too, because everybody have had the Supreme Court what the judgment they gave. People will be writing articles. This. We want to hear from you. What do you think about it? Because that is what we tell me. He has to be assertive. That is the word. Tell it the way it is.
And yeah,
Exactly.
not pussyfoot, not to call somebody my lord, my brother, you
No,
know.
all those niceties don't
See,
pass now.
see, you see, Mr. Obi has overgrown that level where you change the character and the way he does his own thing. He knows why he does that. That man is not very gentle as it is. It's just that the way he was brought up. He's not brought up to be, to be just to talk. Anytime he just sit and you open and talk. No. He's brought up to think before you talk.
And
And be
I
very
want to bring
respectful while you're
something to
talking.
the panel. I've been meaning to say it in the panel. I feel there's a conspiracy against Nigeria, a great conspiracy.
You don't know
You
before?
see, They want the northern cabal,
Yeah.
whose population is greatly Almajiri.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you go and all they do is begging. Then you go to the east where they have the entrepreneurial scheme, that Igbo entrepreneurial apprenticeship skill. Their youths are not begging. They are in those skills. They are in those apprenticeship schemes,
Yes.
which has flooded and is well recognized and has been studied
Yes.
by international institutions.
Yeah.
Now, imagine someone from that great stock coming
Yes.
out, being a leader of the country.
Yeah.
Tell me how many of our youths will be idle when everybody will be gainfully employed one way or the other. He will
You know,
roll out that Igbo apprenticeship skill across the country.
that,
Tell
that,
me.
that is what
They want us to be begging. They're now
that
doing palliative.
exactly. That is what Dati Baba Ahmed said. Dati Baba Ahmed said, when Igbo man tells you there's business you better follow him. he said, he said, when Igbo man tells you that, he said, Peter Obi said there is business to be done. He said, when Igbo man tells you he said, better follow him. We will do it.
Exactly.
No, it's true now. Because if you know Peter Obi as a person, somebody who couldn't buy a car for his son. He's a billionaire. He said if he when he start working, he makes money, let him buy his own car. He said his son, they know him. And only 2 kids, so a boy and a girl. That's all.
That's all.
Yet he's a billionaire. And that is to tell you, see the man. That's why sometimes I cry with him and I say it's a big opportunity. Look, Peter, that thing he told you, production. Look, he said he will turn Nigeria around in 4 years.
Yes.
That first time, it's very simple. I bet you, Peter Obi if he enters today, he won't borrow shishi. Because he will tell you that the oil they are stealing, if I stop it, calculator. There's a calculator in his car, a calculator near his bed, for those that know him, calculator in his office. He will take it and press and tell you, say, look at, by the time every day we lose so amount of crude. If you multiply it by this, it gives you so barrels. You multiply it barrel by give or take, this is what is going in the world market by this dollar. It gives you so $1 million. You tax it by so this thing. It gives you the so in naira. You say, look at what we are losing every day. Then multiply it by 31 days. This is what we are losing for the month of July. Then you this is what he will tell you. He said that because that is his own. He will work it out and tell you, say, look, there is money there.
Oh, that's
don't touch it. Yes.
Madam
Yes.
Busy Brain.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to say something. I've said it here before, and I'll keep on saying it. Anybody that doesn't know it, anybody that doesn't agree, or whether you agree, I don't care. I will say it because, you see, when God does something good in a man or in a race, we should thank God for that person. It is when you thank God for that person, you are sowing a seed that you want to be like him, like the way he is. You want to have the same kind of wisdom that he used to accumulate that kind of thing. Anything you call it, you want to be like that. If you don't recognize that, because God is the one that made it so for that person,
Yes.
because everybody got to pass through his or her own wilderness.
Yes.
You see, an average Eastern man is blessed with economy, with how to galvanize things and how to bring up, create wealth.
Yeah.
Let us not say I'm not tribalistic. I don't give a damn about tribalistic, whatever. But I'm not tribal blind. But I have to bless God in them. If we say you want to allow the Eastern people, want to say, hey, the South go, and look, the entire South to become Dubai within 10 years. I'm telling you, we don't need that oil.
Exactly.
can
We
see
don't.
it
We don't.
already
We don't
starting,
need the
right?
oil.
Exactly.
We
You don't
can
need
see
the.
we can see
We,
We will
OT.
show them how to create wealth because
it's
the
true.
Igbo man knows where it is, and we will learn from them very well because I've learned from them.
It's true.
I
It's true.
learned business from an Igbo man that didn't go to school,
Yeah.
but he has economic terminology. He has economic style, practical one than any one that have all those professors, those doctors where they go to. They are all shaped to the academic world. Let them come and learn business. Let everybody come and
Do
learn
you know?
business from
Do you
them.
know? Do you know when I went to Kano to do youth service? I was in Take local government, a rural area. Their market is every Tuesday. I came there, come and see. That's why when I see Janwake, that is a brown beans.
Brown beans,
And the very expensive down south. Then Parinwake is white one.
white
Everywhere,
beans.
they just put like mat on the floor or nylon. Pull the thing just like Sansan. I say, eh. So what I do is say, I can't ask them because Take is on the Kano Medugri road from
Roots.
Kano. Yeah, route. If you get down to Kano, going to Medugri, you pass there before you get to Brininku, Bauchi, then you can join from move. So what I did, I said, all these trailer, don't they go to Lagos? They say, I said they go. The one go to Lagos is towards the Kano main city. I went there and negotiated. I said, I'm not buying the whole trailer, just like 2 or 3 bags. They said no, that they won't carry. They carry big. I said, please, even if this, let them do it. So you know what I did? I go call one other copper, one Igbo chap again. He said he said he want to. He said no. He knows he was brought up in Onisha and all this southeast. But me, I dare Lagos. I said, he said, no, he's trying to even negotiate to take to Onisha. I said, we they go Lagos. You know what we did? We said, okay. We said, okay, what we will do is that let's organize. In fact, they said if we can get minimum of, I think they say 50 bags that they can just, so that they find a way to group it with others. So I told the guy, I said, are you sure you are going to sell? He said, honestly, we get to Onisha, we will sell. But because the guy, they smoke cigar and they, this thing, I know to trust him. I tell him, I say, let's do that of Lagos. He said, am I sure? I said, yes. Do you know, copper, how much you are paying us? We raise money, buy the thing. So every day, for my primary assignment, sometimes they will say, I said, why? I said, I'm going to Kano. They say, oh, this Igbo, why? You too, they go Kano, any business? I said, no business. I just go see people where they're there. But immediately
They don't say you don't discover wealth today.
immediately the day we load this thing. Because of that, as a youth copper, you don't need to travel anyhow because you're here. So I go tell my zonal inspector because my zonal inspector I ain't get power. My go feed. I said my inspector say, look, you get something where I know that I said my junior sister, if they get married. And this thing they don't postpone now. I really need to be there. I say according to our tradition, na me go talk for if I know talk that thing. I don't know how I talk him. So the man look at me, sir. I said yes. He said when I tell him. He said, remember that you are not supposed to travel because you are giving you 1 month in lieu for your leave before you pass out. I said this one is urgent. So I went to those people, asked them if they move like today, when will they arrive Lagos? Some said because they carry something, maybe next 2 days because of the road. I said no problem. We went to Naibawa. There's a place they call Naibawa in Kano where they have buses going down to Lagos load. So I went there, I entered the bus. Just like Webil. When I arrived, I asked them, where would I come and meet them? They say, Do Markets, somewhere in Lagos. I know the place. I arrived. The moment I arrived, my parents, they weren't expecting me. Suddenly, they just see me in the middle of a very evening. Somebody said they saw me enter house. Now they call you, say, what happened? I say, no problem. Meanwhile, I wear my copper distance so that make people see me, then go pity me. Say,
Make you enter free transport.
like for Lagos. So, so my fear be say, no, I never want to talk until the thing arrived. They come, when they after eating, they don't believe me. They say, what happened? Say, where is your bag? I said, I said, no, I'm just coming to visit. There is something I'm going because I studied at Idiaraba, Lagos now. So I said, I'm going to my university to go and there's a form I will fill that if to say I don't finish, I for carry all my luggage. But now this small suitcase where I carry, they said, okay, just they look at me. Son said, do you have in the around the midnight, my father wake me up say, did I have problem where I'm serving? Make I tell him the truth. I said no. I said I just come. I go sign this thing. Tomorrow. Now I go come. The next tomorrow I go again. Say they no finish that the man will go sign and stuff. So the next tomorrow they leave me. Immediately I go that Idomo to park. Come they check. I think the man Iliasu Bala is the driver. I can't forget the name. Iliasu Bala. So when I search, they say he don't come. They say where they park him. They say how I go carry him now. I said I don't know, but now Jegula I go carry and go. They find one type of pickup or one type of bus like either Dazun truck. There's a way they not Dazun, Dyna something. They load them. Hey, that 50 bags already. There's a place they keep and say I go sell. So I carry like whether not 2 bags. Now I put for carry and land for house like this. My mother say, they say now you bring beans. I say yes, it did 50 bags. But I want make you help me sample this.
Your mother go shout.
Too. He say where I carry. I say na from Kano. He said did I bring beans? I say I never sure because I do and weigh bill. Now make I sure now I come now. I know if you see you know what thing happen. I asked my mom say how much is a bag now. Because they said, my mother just said back, I said, this one safe. I was expecting something higher. He said, but you go ask other women. For that our yard, about 5 indicated interest, they share one part, this one share. If you see whether they contribute money, give me. That's why just they count money.
That is wealth creation. You are creating it.
Listen, now, count money, do and count money. My mother said, tell them, say, if they need more. He said, where are the funds? I said, he donor for warehouse where they keep them. They said, okay. Tomorrow, one man volunteer, carry him pick up, come meet me. He said, I don't tell people, say, I bring them. I said, no, only my mom, I don't tell.
That man won't buy everything.
He said, my wait. He said, make him go look for the people where go buy and wholesale. I tell him, say, I know one wholesale. I want to say some retail. May I forget money, then some wholesale. Do you know I was doing this thing? How many? Not be 1 week. Then give me 1 week pass. I could down do the business. When I came back, the smaller Alawi local government they give us because it don't reach month end. Make I go sign.
You dash the man now.
No, I know dash him. So when I come back, make I go get the smaller Alawi where they take supplement from NYC go give their own. Then primary assignment go give. So because I never signed, they wonder where I did. Because I mean, they face they broke. I don't consign. And they worry them. So they never see me. They say I travel. Maybe I know I sick or something. Immediately I come back. Hey, Omo, I can't believe. You see, business good. Money gain, nyafu. So that my friend, I meet him. We share the money. I say now you go do on your own. You know this thing business. I don't trust him. Because as I see the guy, he dey careless. He go if you work the money because and I know because I go on it. I tell him say we gonna do Lagos. That he say, but he need them furniture. I say no, use your own money do furniture. But for this one, make we they do for Lagos. I do and two times. If you see money where he raise, my junior sister then see as I they spray money. My business good though. Because of the difference in Kano and Lagos because of that beans. Immediately I see it, I say, God. I say, this is business. So, something like that, idea. Nigeria needs a leader like Peter Obi will tell you that Nigeria is self-sufficient. We don't need to borrow. We won't borrow money from anywhere. All those things Peter Obi will tell you that the people in the middle belt or this thing will be rich. Because that farm product we have produced, say we bring it in Nigeria. It will tell them we are producing something.
What can we not, for example, like in Plateau State, what can you not produce?
Exactly.
All those apples, grapes, strawberry, tomato, all those vegetables.
You can do it there.
There are these vegetables that are broccoli.
Yeah, broccoli. Yeah.
You grow them in Plateau State.
Imagine. And their potato, yes, they always talk. Do you know
And
that?
an Irish
Do you,
potato,
do you know?
Let me
sweet
give you
potato.
an hint. You
Yeah.
see all the uprising in Nigeria, all this
Yes.
Boko Haram rubbish, whatever you talk,
Yes.
it go soon disappear.
It goes soon.
It go soon disappear. Within before this year, it go disappear. They no get stronghold. They no get their finances again.
Why will it disappear when
Okay.
when on the news the Borno State governor is talking
Yeah.
about how the security in their country they greatly need security.
You see
It's,
why I'm
that's
saying
how they
this
get
is
their
like,
money.
you see, that's why I told you guys we will follow this. What did they happen for Israel and Hamas? I'm going to dig deep to the origin, their source, very well, and link it to what, because every uprising, every terrorist uprising along the Sahel and every other thing, they all have the same format but bearing different names. I wouldn't go too deep, but I will explain later because I know CM will understand it.
Yeah.
But I want you people to go and learn, go and these two Islamic group, the Shiite and the Sunni, go and learn it.
I think they said
they
that
are the cause. The Shiites are the cause of the problem we have in the Middle East now and all over the world. The Sunni are no problem. The Sunni are no problem. The Sunni are no problem at all. The Shiites are the cause of the uprising and the terrorist group emanating all over in the Sahel and in the Middle East. So that is why I said we should focus on this thing that is happening. Let us not look at the war, but let us look at what came and how is affecting us, and it has been affecting us and it's bringing about a lot of problems. That is why America did not want to sell arms to Nigerian government.
Yeah, because it will fall into wrong hands. It will fall.
It will fall into the Shiites in Nigeria.
It will
because
fall
they are
into
the
wrong.
one in charge of your military.
It will fall into the wrong hand. Even
So-
this Boko Haram, like I had then, probably maybe people must have had it when they made Ihejirika. Jonathan made him the chief of army staff. America volunteered initially to come and help, like to rescue those Chibok girls initially. They found out that all the plan they discussed with Nigerian army, they leaked it to Boko Haram.
It no go
They,
work.
they were surprised. That's why America pulled out. Nnamdi Kanu said it in one of his broadcasts. He said he pulled out. Said they were shocked that you people want us to do this. So, that's why Jonathan said that even Boko Haram they in cabinet. If you remember, Jonathan once mentioned it. He said, So, because not that Boko Haram in the sense that they are the people holding the trigger or gun, but they are the people that are informant when they are even discussing. Sometimes you see, sometimes that's why when I look at Nigeria, I look at all these things. What pains me, not because I'm trying to bash any tribe or whatever, is that I do not see why in the northern part of the country, their leaders, we like their people to be in abject poverty. That is the difference. It has got nothing to do with religion or this. Why must you want your people to be in abject poverty? They don't want to educate them. They don't want them to go to school. Or they want them to be begging. Then when you now want to, for instance, if not that Peter Obi choose somebody like this Dati Baba Ahmed, at the initial stage, I was saying that Peter was just been campaigning in the south. He should go up north. Not knowing that Dati Baba Ahmed said all the landmines, the trap they set for Peter Obi, if he had gone up north, he wouldn't get anything. It was him that told Peter, don't worry, concentrate on south. He went and spoke to their people. After talking to them, they said that they are waiting for Peter to come and talk to them. So when you have elite conspiracy, that is why all these things are happening. That is why. So if that's why sometimes if Peter will be, because if I'm not sure, what I'm not sure, I don't like to say it. Nigeria needs somebody like Peter Obi now. Somebody who is first of all is not interested in stealing money. He hasn't got baggage, nothing, no godfather, nobody to settle. He will just go in there and he's not interested in being vindictive. Even if you like Rufai, make it no no no. All he's interested is how can he make sure that he save money, make sure that this land, fertile land, way full north, that people are not cultivating. Say we cultivate it, money will come out, farmers will be rich. He will tell you cultivate the yam, this thing.
See,
Then
see,
oh,
you see why I'm saying this. That is why I said we should go and study what is going on in the Middle East now. The reason and the purpose why America brought the most highly sophisticated ship in the world. They've never done. They went and positioned it right at the heart of the war, and they brought the support group. We call them the support group. That's the second ship, because America has about 12 or 18 of carriers. That's what they call aircraft carriers. America has more than 12. I think more than 12, because sometimes they decommission some, but I think they have up to 12. I don't know the exact one, but if I open my books, I will find it. That is why they brought that one. They brought to the Middle East. That's the one that look. That is why they are afraid now, because the one they brought, that one is you can't even attack that one. That one is being led today by that's 10 ship, sub ship that guide that one. They are moving together, and that one will be at the front. Then the other 5, those 5 there. If I tell you what there is inside, go and read it. What's it? Those 5 those are their task squad, and they are leading the parent one to the Middle East. That is why they are afraid now. That is why when you see because they are waiting. That's why President Biden said, don't dare try it. He told them, if you want to come in, don't dare. Don't even think about it. The speaker that was elected yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, said the same thing. Then don't dare try it. The reason why they are saying there is because the best ship in the world that has an aircraft that can come into your airspace that you won't even see it when it comes there. It will do its damage and leave. It's right in there. Now they don't bring it out every time, because when you want to bring that one out, it will cost $800,000. I think about $120,000 to fly that one. Just one flight.
No. You see, Black Panther. I they like your.
See, the Iran are the sponsors of this Shia group that you are seeing.
Yeah, we know that. No, even
So
Hamas, Hamas, na Iranian,
that is why you saw.
na Iran.
See, Nigerian trajectory, it go change. That is why we need to equip ourselves, because all these things, whether they do, whether they carry Boko Haram, all go soon die down. We need to change and dictate. We need to hold our own A's in our hand and say, we want this constitution or we want to go.
It's
but
true.
we need leadership that will enhance all of us in diaspora. That is why I don't have an Indian friend. I would have learned I will try to learn from them and know how they went about it.
This thing you said now really reminded me. It said America, maybe they feel that yes, because if they release all these things, like they trigger this thing, but somehow Nigeria, they grip these people must be dislodged somehow. It is true that maybe America do not want to come out openly or sort of, to preempt what is going to happen. But I don't see Tinubu. The only thing.
They will never do that mistake again. They always do it. They won't do it again.
The thing is that I'm still convinced Nigerians cannot keep quiet in the midst of this hunger every day. That is inflation. No, that is, even in the Western world, people go and protest because of cost of living now. European, they do it. Say the cost of living is so much. People will just go on protest.
The fact that they didn't even do any protest when these thieves apportion 160 million naira each for themselves is beyond me. And they are giving them 10 kilo of 10 measures of rice to share amongst 146 families. What they are sitting down. That is a legitimate reason to protest.
Yes.
Why are our legislators buying 160 million naira car for one person? Is that not enough for them to go out on the streets and protest against the emptiness in their ports? Sorry for interjecting.
That is why I said what I'm still saying. We have to galvanize ourselves because we can use this privilege we have and this same stuff that is happening in the Middle East. If we have to harness ourselves very well and strategize, we are going to have a lead way. It will come fast. It will be faster. Because when they break that trajectory of their fund, that funds all the Sahel, that brings about uprising, and you see all these Shiite taking over, you see all the Sahel now, the Shiite are taking over government like that. But America doesn't want that because they always bring uprising all the time. They always try to oppress the people and create an Islamic state. So they don't want it anywhere they see them. America, that's why America is waiting to. You know why they are there? They are not there to help Israel. They are there to focus on who? Iran. If they do
yes, Iran. You know, do you know?
Them,
do you know? There is this man called James Rubin. He was Assistant Secretary of State during President Clinton administration. During his second term, towards the end, they put on James Rubin. So because Clinton handed over in the year 2000, then by 2001 there was this September 11. So during that time, such people were used by BB sort of to analyze everything. It was from him I had it. He said, yes, there is terrorism now all over this. He said it's not really Iraq. Saddam Hussein is not really that a danger. He said the world's greatest exporter of terror is Iran. It was him that that made that statement.
Not true now.
And not true. That's why I remember. He said the world's greatest exporter, where they export the thing, he said Iran. He said Saddam. He said Saddam is just a dictator only him. He said the real terrorist country in the world. He said it's Iran. It's Iran. You know,
that is why Saddam fought them. Because Saddam is a Sunni.
Okay.
That's why he fought. He's a Sunni. That's why he fought Iran. And they were superior more than Iran because they have a lot of fighting power and they bought a lot of jets from America.
Okay, now I know. It's true.
So the question is, then if Iran is their most dangerous country, then why did they concentrate on Iraq?
Because Iraq annexed Kuwait now. So,
but why didn't they go and fight the Iran? And instead they went and fought because Iran is still standing.
Okay. Because we are talking, let me ask you people this question, just to test you people. Say anybody listening, maybe you and Black Panther. If I ask you, where do you have the Museum of Arrogance? Where will you tell me the? And do you know the story of the Museum of Arrogance? Do you know? Do you know?
I've never heard that.
Okay. What of black?
But
Okay, black.
So
Black
if you are
Panther.
saying the country that is most arrogant.
No, museum, just like the way you build museum now. Museum,
I've not heard of that too.
The Museum of Arrogance is America's former embassy in Tehran, in Iran. You know that Iranian Revolution of 1979, the one that they killed the Shia because the Shia and the America was friendly. Hey, so America used to have diplomatic relation with Iran. So it so happened that because of that Shia revolution, they toppled the Shia. And they had to topple the Shia to get at America. When they toppled the Shia, they went to American embassy. 53 members of staff just walking there in the daytime. They surrounded the place, took them hostage, bombed the place. So That was 1979. Then by 1980, they are making a campaign. I think they are campaigning to make sure that I mean Jimmy Carter was the president 76 to 80 or so. So Reagan was campaigning under Republican. So because those 53 had been held hostage, Iran was saying they have to negotiate to release them, all those things. Of course, with that type of bombing, the American diplomat, in fact, they first of all expelled, told the American diplomat to go. That one still they do, they bomb the place. So already they've severe diplomatic relation. So it so happened that when Reagan was campaigning, so Jimmy Carter was trying to use the system of what is this system? 90 minutes in Entebbe, the one that the Israelis used to rescue their hostages trapped in camp Entebbe in Uganda when they hijacked their plane, just to do it by force. So Jimmy Carter wanted to plant that type of thing. It didn't work, and the thing failed. So America's reputation was near zero. So Reagan used it to campaign. Said if the Americans elect him, he will give Iran how many days to release all the hostages, or failing it, he will invade Iran. Reagan campaigned it. He said he will invade. He doesn't say it. And Iran saw the way America had the power now. So they released it. So since then, that American embassy in Tehran, Iranians, codoned it or sort of renamed it the Museum of Arrogance. So when you hear Museum of Arrogance, they're talking of former US embassy building or the compound in Tehran. So that is what it's called. They say it's a museum of arrogance. Then Iranians told the Iranian people, they say they don't want even the British, that the British is a spy for America. That the moment they get rid of America, have to get rid of Britain, join. Otherwise, you've not really removed the US, because these people will be spying and getting intelligence and feeding them. So since then, America and the US severe diplomatic relations, and I don't think they could ever normalize it. So that that's how Iran started sponsoring Hamas. In fact, they founded Hamas and Hezbollah. Hezbollah is in Lebanon now, on the border with Israel. That is where they operate from. The Hamas is in Gaza. So these are the two terror groups disturbing Israel, and Iran is involved. I think, like you said, Black Panther, you understood the diplomacy. America is not there because of Israel. Just to keep tap on Iran, so that if he messes up, they will just finish them up. I think Obama was somehow soft on Iran. He wasn't putting so much pressure. I think that was why one of the reasons they said Iran was what they are trying to develop their weapon, all
But
these things.
did America not give Iran a couple of billions recently?
I think I heard that. I don't know whether it's true. Maybe Black
Yeah,
Panther may know.
it's true.
No, they've already blocked. They blocked it back.
Okay.
They didn't. It's just like you get a bank draft. They just like a bank draft. If
Okay.
they will give you a lead way if you go ahead, to go ahead, but they did not give them go ahead. But it was there. It was trapped in the bank, but they cannot access it. So because of this war now, they blocked it. They can no longer access it, because if they have accessed it, that would have been the money they used to fight. This is what is happening now. And one thing that is there is that they are trying to, you see, America, they have smart guys up there. You see why Obama could not do anything? Because he was distracted with and those towers that came down. He was distracted. That is why I said my mission now is to